You're in Braves country.
But this is why Hollywood is falling apart. This is why Disney's falling apart. And they don't see it, and they just keep doing the same thing. And listen, we saw De Niro do this, what was it, against Tony's. When you have that kind of audience, that's going to go with it. Listen, you're in England. You could have been brave and said, why do you guys still have a king here?
Yeah.
How about take Buckingham Palace and make it like low-income housing? Go to China. Talk about child labor.
like me, you can't smoke like me. So don't try and be like me. Let's party together.
There's something kind of about a kid that's never played baseball.
We have been hoodwinked, bamboozled, and flat out deceived.
Why did you get so drunk?
You got drunk. I'm just really exhausted.
What's in that cup?
Rum and Cokes.
Do you have any idea how important this is? We're trying to save the pub call. Really? This is what you're doing? This is what you're doing?
Baseball is a beautiful thing. It's more beautiful in an old park. It's asymmetrical and quirky. But even in a dome with artificial turf, it's beautiful. The way the field fans out, the choreography of the sport, the pace and rhythm of it, the fact that that pace and rhythm allows for conversation and reflection and opinion and comparison.
In right field, the crowd is tormenting Strawberries, singing Darryl, Darryl. Little roller up along first, behind the man. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win.
And there's a fly ball deep to left. It's on its way. There it goes. And the Yankees are going to the World Series. Aaron Boone.
Ground ball stabbed by Folk. He has it. He underhands to first for the first time in 86 years. The Red Sox have won baseball world championship. Can you believe it?
It's a pastime, something you do. It's entertainment, something you watch. And it's a shared experience, something you talk about and read about. But you can apply those same three criteria to other things. What makes baseball special is that it's the best game that's ever been devised.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy.
Sure as God made green apples, someday the Chicago Cubs are going to be in the World Series.
A little bouncer slowly toward Bryant. He will glove it in front of Rizzo. It's in time. And the Chicago Cubs win the World Series. Cubs win. What a lucky break. The good Lord wants the Cubs to win.
How can you not be romantic about baseball?
If baseball is about caring, about loyalty and rivalry.
Braves fans are on their feet hoping for some kind of a bleeder or a seeing-eye single. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball hit high and deep down the right field line. It's going back, back, back. Is it fair? Is it zip, boom, bam, it's gone! Ram-a-lam, ding dong, a 3-run shot, and your Atlanta Braves have taken a 1-run lead. She's gone, baby!
There's a very peaceful thing. It was created and played in pastures and meadows. There's grass, there's outdoors, there's everything that people thought was American and feel about America you get in a ballpark. And it's the wonder of walking through that dark tunnel and seeing a huge open space where men play the little boy's game.
I believe in the Church of Baseball. I've tried all the major religions and most of the minor ones. I know things. For instance, there are 108 beads in a Catholic rosary and there are 108 stitches in a baseball. I prefer metaphysics to theology. You see, there's no guilt in baseball, and it's never boring. It's a long season and you gotta trust it. I've tried them all, I really have. And the only church that truly feeds the soul day in, day out is the Church of Baseball.
She is gone!
Swung line drive, left field. 1 run is in. Here comes Breen. Here's the throw to the plate. He is safe.
You're in Braves country. If there's a bigger thing going on right now, I don't know what it is. We're down to one strike here. Gurriel, the last hope for the Houston Astros. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, bounced over to Dansby. Dansby fires it over to first. And here comes the dog pile. Fire the cannons in the battery. Do the chop all throughout Braves country. Pop that top. Your Atlanta Braves have won it all.
and gentlemen, welcome. We direct your attention now to home plate. Please remain standing. We call your attention to our bands here today. They will be jointly directed. And now, another fixture, our national anthem. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to introduce today's teams as participants in this historic game.
We win one tomorrow. That's called a winning streak. It has happened before. So let's see some hustle. Let's jack it up a little. I got a feeling things are about to drown for us.
Down a beer? 7 o'clock in the morning. Scotch?
Hey, howdy, hi, and how the hell are you? Pull up an armchair, girls and boys, and join us for Braves Country Baseball. You're listening live as the Braves are on the road, and we're set to bring you pitch by pitch, play by play of your Atlanta Braves. Hi, I'm Mac McGee. Here's your starting lineups for today's action. Leading off and playing left field for your Atlanta Braves, it's Alex Verdugo. 9 RBI, 1 stolen base, batting .247. Batting second, playing third, Austin Riley. 8 home runs, 26 RBI, 2 stolen bases, batting .280. Batting third, playing first, Matt Olson. 8 home runs, 22 RBI, a .221 average. Batting cleanup, the designated hitter, Marcell Ozuna. 6 home runs, 18 RBI, batting .259. Batting fifth and behind home plate, it's the Drake Baldwin.
How could you not like the Drake?
Who's the Drake?
The Drake is good.
4 home runs, 12 RBI, batting .360. Batting sixth, playing second, Ozzie Albies. 5 home runs, 16 RBI, 5 stolen bases, batting .219. Batting seventh and patrolling center field, it's Michael Harris II. He has 3 home runs, 25 RBI, 7 stolen bases, batting .233. Batting eighth and playing right, Eli White. 2 home runs, 11 RBI, 4 stolen bases, batting .260. Batting ninth, playing short, Nick Allen. 9 RBI, 5 stolen bases, batting .259. On the mound for your Atlanta Braves, it's Grant Holmes Day.
I play real sports, not trying to be the best at exercising. I'm Teddy Powers! I'm the man who has the ball, so that is why I am better than everyone in the world.
He's 2-3 with a 4.14 ERA, a 1.18 WHIP, 45 innings, 44 strikeouts, 33 hits allowed, 21 walks, 9 home runs served. He'll be going head-to-head with Lucas Giolito, who's 1-1 with a 5.51 ERA, a 1.29 whip, 16 innings, 17 hits allowed, 14 strikeouts, 4 walks, 2 home runs served. Backing up Giolito in the bottom of the first inning, batting leadoff and playing left, it's Jarren Duran. He's batting .259 with 2 homers, 12 stolen bases, 23 RBI. Rafael Devers batting second, the designated hitter. .273 average with 7 homers, 32 RBI. Alex Bregman batting third, playing third. 11 home runs, 33 RBI, 1 stolen base, batting .309. Christian Campbell batting cleanup, playing second. 5 home runs, 15 RBI, 2 stolen bases, batting .240. Abreu is in right field with 11 home runs, 27 RBI, 4 stolen bases, batting .277. Trevor Story batting sixth, playing short. 6 home runs, 20 RBI, 8 stolen bases, batting .234. Toro is at first base and batting seventh. He has 1 home run, 1 RBI, batting .167. Narvaez is back behind home plate, batting eighth. 4 home runs, 14 RBI, batting .266. And Rafaela is in center field and batting ninth. He has 2 homers, 18 RBI, 7 stolen bases, batting .245. Calling balls and strikes behind home plate tonight, it's Paul Clemens. Your first base umpire, Tom Hanahan. Adrian Johnson is sitting at second, and down the third base line, it's Quinn Walcott. Game time temperatures today at Fenway Park are expected to be about 71 degrees at first pitch, with the wind blowing out to the Green Monster at about 10 miles an hour. Keys to the game tonight, Grant Holmes has got to keep the ball in the ball yard. 9 home runs served is a high number this early in the season. And this Red Sox offense can score. Braves need to get the lead early to avoid the back of that pen. On the offensive side, Giolito still coming back off that injury. He's only thrown 16 innings off of major surgery and has a high whip, meaning traffic on the base paths. Atlanta Braves offense needs to take advantage of Giolito on the rebound and put some runs up to support Grant Holmes early and often. Keep him out of the weeds, and the Braves should come out on top. We've got a tough matchup tomorrow, so you'd like to secure the series win tonight. Our pick to click, we'll go with Money Mike. He's had some pretty good games here in Fenway Park, and he's going up against a right-hander that he should be able to handle. We'll take your Atlanta Braves to win this one in a bit of a slugfest. Atlanta 6-4. Put your click in the chat, slap that like, and let's get ready, Braves Country. We'd like to thank everybody for choosing Braves Country Radio, and a special thanks to all the country club members. Please like on your way in and subscribe, set those alerts, and share Braves Country Radio to help build the crowd so we can continue to bring you the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Well, it's about that time. Grab you a cold one. Find you an armchair. Atlanta Braves Baseball right here on Braves Country Radio. Your modern-day superstation is in its 5th season of bringing you pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves and our one-of-a-kind production. Take us anywhere you go for over 170 Atlanta Braves ball games. Please like and subscribe today. Join the Country Club. Thank you to all the Country Club members. You help support Braves Country Radio.
Get this bus moving. Stop. Come back. Too late.
Roll call! Yeah, roll call!
You're in Braves Country.
Good evening, Braves Country. And down the stretch they come. Anybody else watching this? It takes them forever to get this thing going. They come on like 3 hours before, showing them walking horses around like, dude, just jump on there and roll. Let's go. Clever again. Where you at? Let's go. All right, who do we have here in the chat here tonight? Go back about 15 minutes and start up at that spot. Good to see you. What you talking about, Willis? Uncle Charlie Fritz, Mark, Ricky, Ricardo, Charlie Elrod. I think Charlie changed his profile picture. Who else do we have in here? World drummer, Jason Adams, Up and Adams. Chris Brown, Downtown Brown. 187 in the house. James Hagan, good to see you. I don't think we saw you last night, James. Hope all is well. John. Neil Pearson. I know I saw Jameson earlier. And I see Joyce from down in Mexico. Old World Billy Goat, good to see you. B.A. Baracus, Brian Andrews. Daryl Little and his other brother Daryl. Scrolling through here, who do we have here? Velvet, good to see you. Velvet, we got to get Ozzy Albies, got to get his back going. Tonight's the night. Edward Spry, good to see you. Helion, there you are. Mr. Woodrow, don't believe I've seen you in a while. Good to see you. Kyle. Nathaniel Brooks, good to see you. And I think that's caught up with everybody. If not, yell at us in the chat. We're going to take a really quick break and be back in a flash. And I'm going to figure out who won that race because I was looking at the screen while that thing came down the stretch. And down the stretch they come. If anybody knows who won, put it in the chat. Hey, Braves Country, Mac McGee here for American Rebel Beer. America's patriotic light lager, all natural ingredients. Stand tall, be proud. The perfect beer to celebrate life, liberty, and your pursuit of the American dream. America's patriotic light lager, offering a crisp, clean, bold taste. Perfect beer to celebrate life, liberty, and your pursuit of the American dream. A beer with only 110 calories that tastes like a full-flavored beer and celebrates like freedom. Hey, Braves Country, this is Mac McGee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Join the Country Club today. Help support Braves Country Radio. Join the Country Club today. It helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Hey, Braves Country, Mac McGee here for American Rebel Beer. From the mountains to the prairies to your pint glass with white foam, we're bringing back beer with a backbone. All that matters in our brew is taste and a touch of American excellence. American Rebel Beer, born in the USA.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the radio news.
Sit quietly and we will control all that you see and hear. There is nothing wrong. You are about to participate in a great adventure. You are about to experience the awe and mystery.
You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension, a dimension of sound, a dimension of sight, a dimension of mind. You're moving into a land of both things and ideas. You've just crossed over into
Adventures in Time and Space.
We offer you
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
Hi, folks. Join us now for another Braves ball game. Yes, sir. This is the one we've been waiting for. This is it. This makes you feel like it's spring and baseball. No more measles and free tickets to the circus.
You're in Braves Country.
This is a reminder. Disorderly conduct will not be tolerated. Please respect your fellow fan and refrain from any unruly behavior. Failure to comply with these guidelines will result in ejection.
All right, Braves country, we're just about set for pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves. Guess journalism won the Preakness. I didn't see how the win place would show. That's really what I was looking for. Trying to find it on X, but all they keep doing is keep showing who won. Anyways. Beautiful night here in Fenway as the sun starts to set. Just a little bit of sun out there in the right field bleachers, so it shouldn't affect much play. A couple of slivers of sunlight in the outfield, but nothing that should affect anything. Braves wearing their road grays. Atlanta across the chest in red, tomahawk in red, yellow throughout the end of the handle, and the tomahawk itself. On the back, the numbers in red outlined in navy, all the red outlined in navy, including the piping down the middle of the jersey, and the names on the back in navy. And I don't know why, but they just showed Snicker, and his eyes bulged out of his head like he's trying to stay awake already. That gives a lot, and I mean a lot, of faith. You see your manager trying to stay awake. Anyways, starting lineup tonight, we've already gone through that. Let's go ahead and hit the defense for the Red Sox. In the infield, Narvaez is once again behind the plate, and third to first, you're going to have, for the Boston Red Sox around the horn, it's Bregman to Story to Campbell to Toro. In the outfield, Duran in left, Rafaela in center, and Abreu in right. The right-hander onto the mound, the left-hander Abreu is back in the lineup. And you got to pay attention to him. He's got 11 home runs on the year already. Giolito firing his final warm-up pitches. We'll have Alex Verdugo leading off. Of course, he's very familiar with this stadium. He should be able to play the ball well off that green monster. Red Sox are in their traditional jerseys, home jerseys, white top to bottom. Red Sox in red, outlined in a little bit of navy, along with the the numerals on the back. They do not wear names on their back. Blue ball cap with the red B representing the city of Boston. The white outline. And tonight they are wearing their military appreciation hats, as the Braves will be too. Batting helmets will be the dark blue ones, as will the Braves with the white A representing Atlanta. Here we go. It is baseball time in Braves country, and the first pitch on the way is a fastball on the outer edge. It's 0-1. Righty-lefty matchup. Alex Verdugo stands in. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Swing, pops it up. Back behind home plate. It's 0-2. An 0-2 count. Infield is back and to the right. playing Verdugo to pull. Good evening, Braves country. Glad to see you here on a Saturday night. The 0-2 pitch in the dirt. Holds up off the slider, 1-2. Appreciate you spending your Saturday night here in Braves country with us. What you can expect from Giolito is a 4-pitch mix. He throws the four-seam fastball about 55% of the time and the change 30. Those are his main 2 pitches that he'll lean on for a total of 85% of his throws. As the 1-2, swing, chops it over towards third. Bregman has it. He'll flip it over to first. And it's a 5-3 putout. 1 down. Bregman essentially playing in the shortstop position on that play. Verdugo looked like he was almost not quite limping, but running a little gingerly. Hope everything's okay, but he's not running as soon as he hit that bag. Hopefully he didn't twist something. Might just be imagining it. Austin Riley to the plate. First pitch. Swats a foul ball off his instep. It's 0-1. Braves nothing, Red Sox nothing. Game 2 of a 3-game set. Atlanta took game 1 last night 4-2. Chris Sale looked great. So did Garrett Crochet for that matter. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. Back into that Boston bullpen. Couldn't find the strike zone, but you can't count on that because they've been pretty good so far. We saw the numbers last night. The 0-2 to Riley. Giolito brings it. Down and away. 1-2. The 1-2. They set up on the outside. Here's the pitch. Outside wide slider misses 2-2. For you golf fans, Scotty Scheffler leads the PGA Championship by 3 strokes going into tomorrow's action. The 2-2 from Lucas. Slide step. Change up off the plate. Full count. He's got a slider that he throws 10% of the time and a curve 5% of the time. Really just a show me pitch. His main 2, once again, is the 4-seam and the change, but he will toss that slider in there. He's got confidence in it. The payoff pitch to Riley. Swing, chops it foul, change up down the third baseline. Giolito coming off a major surgery. And he got hurt early last year. Another full count to Riley, the 11th pitch of the inning. Lucas brings it. Check swing, fouls it towards the first base dugout. Riley was trying to hold up, but the bat wouldn't let him. Just smacked it in the zone. We'll do it again, full count. Standing on deck is the Ice House. The payoff pitch. Swing, pops it back foul. Braves nothing, Red Sox nothing. The payoff to Riley. Brings it one more time. Swing, just got a piece of that. I mean, he got maybe a stitch on that baseball to keep it alive. It's pretty good change by Giolito. So this will be the 10th pitch of the at-bat. Giolito comes set. Riley as well. The payoff. Down and away, ball 4. So he'll work his way aboard. First base runner of the game for your Atlanta Braves. Matt Olson comes to the plate. Olson went yard last night on a fastball on the outer edge from the lefty Crochet that he drove over the Green Monster. Righty-lefty here. Giolito comes set. Here's the first pitch. Swing, pops it up. Back behind home plate, it's 0-1. The 0-1. Philadelphia's putting it all over Pittsburgh. They're up 4-0 in the fourth. On top of that, the Mets have already won. They beat the Yankees 3-2 earlier today. The 0-1 pitch, outside high, 1-1. Baltimore fired their manager today. That's the third firing already in this baseball season. 1-1. Brings it. Down and in, slider misses. 2-1. It's kind of funny how those general managers keep their jobs. They're the ones assembling the roster. We talked about it in the preseason show. We're making predictions of the 2-1 pitch. Swing. That ball's lifted into right center field. Going back on the track. Zip, boom, bam, it's gone. Ram-a-lam-a ding-dong, a 2-run shot. And your Atlanta Braves take a 2-run lead. The Ice House.
Hello from Plank Road Field. Smooth as it gets.
Ice House. Always smooth, never watered down.
We must win today. Losing is not an option.
His 9th home run of the year, a 393-foot blast. And your Atlanta Braves take a 2-run lead. Marcell Ozuna, your batter, first pitch swinging. He hammers it down the left field line. Plenty gone, but plenty foul. It's 0-1. Olsen might be starting to heat up here. The Braves could use it. The 0-1. Righty. Just grabs the outer edge for a strike. Slider. 0-2. Marcell batting .259. He's in a little bit of a funk recently. 6 home runs. He was essentially carrying us offensively for a while, so we give him a pass. The 0-2. Slider misses out of the zone. 1-2. One-two count. Comes set and brings it. Swing! That ball's lifted high and deep towards the green monster, and she gone! It clears the monster! Ram-a-lam-a-ding-dong, a solo shot, and your Atlanta Braves! Zip, boom, bammed out the building again! The Big Bear goes big fly! His 7th of the year! Back jacks. First pitch on the way to the Drake is off the edge wide for a ball. It's 1-0. They go ahead and set Narvaez out there to kind of calm him down a little bit. Remember, Giolito's coming back from that big injury. So this is just, he's only had a few starts so far. He's still trying to get his rhythm back. It's good for Atlanta to get those runs out quickly. Jump on top of him, give Garrett Holmes a lead. First pitch off the 1-0 to Baldwin is sliced down the left field line, fouling out of play. It's 1-1. 1-1 count. Giolito brings it. Swing, fouls it back. It's 1-2. Braves 3, Boston nothing. The 1-2 count. His 26th of the inning, by the way. Pitch down and in. 2-2. You know how good Baldwin is going to be when he has seen these pitchers in Major League Baseball second and third time. The 2-2. Swing, chops it foul. We'll do it again. Everyone he's seeing for the first time in his career. He is a special bat. The 2-2 from Giolito. Swing and a miss, strike three. Got him to change that changeup off the edge to away. Good pitch. Probably the best change he's thrown all game. That one that he threw to Riley that Riley was able to foil by just getting a stitch or two. That one was right in that same area. Two down, and Ozzie Albies comes to the plate. The Wiz, first pitch swinging. Slider down and in. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Kicks and fires. Right there. For the second strike, it's 0-2. At an 0-2 count. Giolito brings it. Good curveball. Better take by Ozzie. One-two count. Michael Harris on deck. Here's the pitch. In the dirt. Ball gets away. They checked down the line. Ozzie did not go. It's one of those ones you wish he had swung at. Rolled all the way to the backstop. He could have been standing at first right now. The 2-2 to Ozzie. Trying to work his way aboard and really extend the inning for Giolito, who's coming set for his 33rd toss. Here's the pitch. Swing. Dribbles it over to second. And it's going to be an easy 4-3 put out to end the inning. But not for your Atlanta Braves. Put 3 on the board. Back-to-back jacks once again here in Braves country. We'll be back in a flash.
Diabolical. Call the police. This has got to be illegal. Listen, oatmeal, cereal, bacon and eggs, biscuits and gravy. These are breakfast foods, okay? Don't you ever hand me a hot dog at 6 o'clock in the morning talking about, you want breakfast? Because I will feed you a knuckle sandwich for your breakfast, okay? I will punch you in your chest.
For those out there that wanted to know, I'm going to go ahead and address that.
I'd love to hear it.
Tyler Matzik was throwing 1,000 miles an hour. He was throwing rise balls at 1,000, and he was throwing it right down the middle, and nobody could hit it.
Never seen something like that. It was unbelievable.
Look, listen, I tried, y'all.
I remember you struck out, you hit your bat.
Yeah, you know what's coming. Fastball. That's what it's doing. And he was letting that thing rip, man, and it was coming in hot.
You're a rapper. You're mediocre. You're nobody. Rappers are nobodies. You didn't know that? They don't write they You don't make your beat. You look at a phone.
They came to an agreement about a drug testing policy that had so many holes in it that there was no way a player, unless he is just dumb as a rock, was going to fail under the guidelines that they set forth.
And that's been the question. Is it possible to have a renaissance and a calamity at the same time? It all depends on what your barometer is. What is your measure? If your measure is money, and only money, then yeah, it was possible because people in this game made more money than ever. But if your barometer is something more than that, if your barometer is integrity, is in having people look at you and believing in your sport, not just going to the games, but believing in your sport, then it's not possible.
Welcome back. Braves defense will look like this. Around the horn once again, it's Riley to Allen to Ozzie to Olsen. Drake Baldwin is behind home plate. Verdugo in left, Michael in center, and Eli in right. Grant Holmes comes set. First pitch on the way, 95. Right there on the outer edge, it's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. 0-2. 0-2 count. Grant Holmes down and in. Did he go around? They checked down the line. They're going to say no, he held up. Duran takes it to a 1-2 count. Atlanta leads this 1-3-0 if you're just joining us. Back-to-back jacks by Olsen and Ozuna. As the 1-2's in the dirt, 2-2. Riley got on via the walk. And that's the difference in the game. Last night, there were back-to-back jacks, but we didn't have anybody on for either one. Clung to a 2-0 lead the entire ball game. The 3-0, 96. The 2-2, 96 outside wide. It's 3-2. So a full count now. Last thing Grant needs to do is start giving up base runners. The payoff pitch from Holmes. Right there at the knees. Caught, looking strike 3. He got caught watching the paint dry. Backwards K, 1 away. Good pitch there. Right there at the knees. First pitch on the way. The Devers is down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. Gonna hit the out-of-town scoreboard to get you caught up on what's going on. Told you Scheffler's leading the PGA Championship in the world of baseball. 1-0. Right there, 95 at the knees, 1-1. Pirates trail the Phillies 5-0 in the 5th, so that might be a lost cause. The 1-1. Right there, 96. Good four-seam fastball. Kissing the black. It's 1-2. Astros lead the Rangers 1-0. Guardians and Reds scoreless heading to the 4th. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got him. 2 down. 2 strikeouts to get it going here. Other games going on, Twins and Brewers. Minnesota 1-0 over Milwaukee. Rockies and Diamondbacks started 8-10. Mariners Padres at 8:40. Four-seam fastball on the way to Bregman. He's right there at the knees. It's 0-1. Many of these Red Sox batters have not seen Holmes before, and the ones that have not seen much of him. The 0-1. Four-seam fastball in the dirt. 1-1. Mariners and Padres at 8:40. The Giants host the A's. The battle by the Bay, or at least it used to be before the A's become nomads and now reside in Sacramento until they move to Vegas. The 1-1 swung on, chopped over to Riley. Riley's got it, fires it to first, and it's a 1-2-3. Grant Holmes might be on to something tonight. Let's do it.
You're in Braves country. I play real sports. I try to be the best at exercising. I'm Teddy Powers! I'm the man who has the ball, so that is why I am better than everyone in the world.
Dial.
On this date in 1893, Philadelphia Phillies outfielder Billy Hamilton becomes the first player to hit both a leadoff and walk-off home run in the same game when he cranks a 2-run homer off Al Mall, giving the team an 11-9 victory over Washington at the Philadelphia baseball grounds. 74 years later, Vic Power will become the first modern player to duplicate the Hall of Famer's performance, accomplishing the rare feat for the 1957 Athletics with a 10th inning round tripper against the Orioles, played in Kansas City Municipal Stadium. And on this date, 1906, I guess the unwritten rules weren't written yet, as Ty Cobb at Philadelphia's Columbia Park breaks up Rube Waddell's no-hitter. The Georgia Peach spoils the Southpaw's no-no with the bunt single, and the Tigers 5-0 loss to the Athletics. And on this date in 1939, Princeton beats Columbia 2-1 in the first ever televised televised sporting event and a 10-inning contest at Baker Field. W2XBS, an experimental station in New York City, airs the 2-hour and 15-minute telecast, available to fewer than 400 TV sets. The New York Times wrote on that day, quote, "The ball was seldom seen except on bunts and infield plays, close to the camera, stationed between third and home plate." Welcome back. First pitch swinging by Michael Harris. Lazy fly ball to left field. Easy out. One pitch, one out. Here in the second inning. Tim Heyer has got to get these guys to quit giving up at bats. Eli White will come to the plate. High Sox from the right-hand side. First pitch, 95, high and in. It's 1-0. Braves lead it 3-0, but you know this ballpark, that may not be enough, so you got to keep trying to tack on. 1-0, swung on, chopped foul. It's 1-1. Nick Allen stands on deck. In the hole is Verdugo. Giolito at 36 pitches, so you want to keep pushing that number up. Get him out of there early. The 1-1 swing. That ball's laced into center field. That's down for a base hit, and it's 1-out single. We got White Lightning on the base paths. That'll bring Nick Allen to the plate, 1 on, 1 out. First pitch, high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. Not only is Pittsburgh trailing Philadelphia midway through that game 5-0, but they've got Zach Wheeler on the mound tonight. 1-0 to Allen, misses outside. 2-0. 2-0 count. Infield, double play depth. 2-0 pitch, swing, swats it back. It's 2-1. Nick Allen batting .259 on the season. Here's the pitch, high and inside. Ball 3-1. Standing on deck is Verdugo. If they can keep the line moving, it would be Austin Riley's turn. The 3-1. Here's the pitch. Swing, bangs it through the infield, and that's going to be a base hit. And just in the nick of time, a worm burner through the 5-6 hole, and your Atlanta Braves got 1 on, or 2 on, 1 out, excuse me. And Alex Verdugo stepping to the dish. They're throwing up on the Fox screen that the Braves have the worst road record in baseball at 8-15. Well, remember, 7 of those came off the first week. First pitch on the way is a strike up top. It's 0-1 to Alex Verdugo. Verdugo 0 for 1 on the day, grounded out to third his first time up. Double play depth once again. The 0-1 high and out of the zone. 1-1. And I'm not saying that you throw those numbers away, but the Braves offense was terrible the first week of the season. And the pitching wasn't much better. Night and day on the way they're playing nowadays. Giolito flips it back to second, try to keep Eli White close by. Almost got him with his hand in the cookie jar. He was leaning a little bit, but he got back under the tag. 1-1 count. Swing, chops it over towards first. Should be an easy play. It is. Toro to Giolito covering the first base pillow. 2 down. But on the play, the Braves move runners from first and second to second and third. And with good speed, a single by Austin Riley would score 2. And a wild pitch with Eli White standing at third would most likely be a run as well. A little pressure on the defense now as they know they can't afford an error. Righty-righty matchup, the 46th pitch of the night to Riley. Swing! That ball's lifted high into left field, but not deep enough to get to the green monster. It'll die just before the warning track, and that'll end the inning. Braves put a couple on, but can't do anything with it. They have run that pitch count up, and the score is 3-0. We'll be back in a flash.
What's your country's biggest flex on the rest of the world?
Well, as Germans, we obviously have to say world
Cars.
war cars.
Cars.
Yep, cars, definitely.
Here are 5 classic Gen X moods everybody should know. I'm too f***ing old for this shit. I do not get paid enough for this shit. I do not have time for this shit. I am too sober for this shit. I am too tired for this shit.
Join the country club today. The first month is free. You'll have access to badges, one-of-a-kind emojis to display your Braves pride throughout the ball game. You'll also get instant access to our video drops, members-only chat, wallpapers, and more is on the way. Help support Braves Country Radio. Join the country club today.
America, you have been gatekeeping something from me. Why? I'm a Brit in America, and there's one thing in America that is the best, and Americans don't speak about it, because you don't want to give it away. You want to gatekeep it. Crushed ice. Crushed ice is the greatest thing to come out of America since Dolly Parton. Crushed ice is straight from heaven. It has been dropped from the pearly gates. Crushed ice is life. It is life.
I think fans have been able to compartmentalize their disappointments and still enjoy it the way they used to. And I think we've built up the same sort of sieve for letting experience through that we have with real people in our real lives. We don't expect them to be saints, and we no longer expect our athletes to be. We expect them to be the same range of people that we see in the rest of our life. And I think that one of the reasons that baseball has not only not lost popularity, but gained it, is as its flaws become apparent, it actually gains depth and humanity, even as it loses its fairy tale mythic qualities.
What's up, Braves Country? Looking forward to a great Atlanta Braves season. See y'all at the ballpark. Love y'all.
Bottom of the second we go. Grant Holmes will go back to work. Atlanta leads this one 3-0, but a long way to go. Good start by Grant Holmes. He struck out 2 in the first inning. Coming to the plate is Christian Campbell, spelt with a K. First pitch on the way from Grant Holmes is way outside wide. 1-0. The 1-0's followed up with another pitch outside wide. 2-0. Having a hard time finding the strike zone to start the inning. 2-0 pitch. Swing. Chops it foul off the plate. 2-1. Christian Campbell was trying to tie up this game 3-3 with a solo shot with that swing. He came out of his shoes on that one. 2-1 count. Swing and a miss. Slider chased it a little bit off the plate. 2-2. Campbell batting .240 on the year. 5 home runs. step out of the box to take his regulated timeout. Each batter gets one nowadays. The 2-2 from Holmes. Swing and a miss. Strike three. Got him with the slider. Down and away. One down. Third strikeout of the day for Grant Holmes. If you took him on his strikeout line, you're just 2 away. It was 4.5 today. First pitch on the way. Four-seam fastball to Abreu. Power hitting left-handed bat. Right fielder. It's 1-0. The 1-0. 96 misses down and away. 2-0. Two-0 count. Pitch, swing, rips it over to the right side of the infield, but right at Ozzie Albies. He has it, flips it to Olsen, and it's a 4-3 putout, 2 down. One of the landmines it's good to avoid in this lineup. 11 home runs on the year. That'll bring Trevor Story to the plate. He stands in with 6. 2 down. First pitch, right there on the outer edge, it's 0-1. Righty-righty matchup. Trevor Story, the ex-Colorado Rocky, signed the big deal to come to Boston. As that ball is banged hard on the ground to third, Riley is going to fire it across the diamond, and it's a 5-3 putout to end the inning. 1, 2, 3. They go down in order once again. We'll grab the bats when we return here in Braves country.
I'm 32 years old with a $300,000 net worth.
That's really great. I'm 37 and I've got $22 in Kohl's cash. So, cool.
This is why so many owners of ball clubs are so freaking jealous right now of teams like the Braves. The Battery, which is basically the city they built around the new ballpark in Atlanta. So that area, not including the ballpark, made $59 million in revenue last year. Third largest revenue generating category for the team, and it grows on a 10% annual basis. And this is why most teams want to create real estate experiences where they can own essentially a small city, own all of the business around it, and really capitalize. For some people, moral of the story is the Braves are crushing it. For others, it's why you have jealous owners that are just sitting there and not necessarily spending on players because they're like, it's no fair. Look what the Braves are doing. They get to own a whole city, and I can't pull that off.
Armchair.
Y'all, I'm at the stage in parenthood where I finally understand why my parents were so upset when I didn't take that damn chicken out the freezer.
On February 23rd, 1960, a brass band played Auld Lang Syne, and 200 die-hard fans watched as a 2-ton wrecking ball, painted to resemble a baseball, began to demolish Ebbets Field in Brooklyn, home of the Dodgers from 1913 to 1957. Roy Campanella was given an urn filled with dirt from behind home plate, his home, for 10 years before a car accident ended his career.
Mr. Matt Olson leads us off. He went yard last night. He's gone yard tonight. First pitch on the way to the ice house is right down the pipe for a strike. It's 0-1. Top of the third, your Atlanta Braves lead this one 3-0. The 0-1, Giolito spins and fires. Curveball in the dirt. Goes to the backstop, 1-1. Giolito sitting at 48 pitches now. Olson's 9th home run of the year gave the Braves the 2-0 lead with Riley at first, in case you're just joining us. Ozuna with the back-to-back jack made it 3-0 with the solo shot. That slider's going to miss high and out of the zone, so it's now 2-1 to Olson. Same two teams back at tomorrow, 1:35 first pitch. The 2-1, swing and a miss. Four-seam fastball going for the downs there. It's 2-2. It's going to be a good pitching matchup. Brian Bayo of the Red Sox versus Schwellenbach. The 2-2. High and out of the zone, ball 3-2. Full count to Olson, standing on deck is Ozuna. Giolito, his 52nd offering of the inning, of the night, pitch, swing, and a miss, strike 3. Second strikeout of the night for Giolito, one away. Hey, there's the GOAT. Good to see that you're still kicking and punching and scratching. I guess you're still, I'm assuming that you're still doing what is it called? I want to call it WW something, but it's not. It's first pitch on the way to Ozuna's outside wide for a ball. It's 1-0. The UFC, but I know that's not what you call it. It's escaping me. MMA, that's what it is, GOAT. Thank you. The 1-0, down the way 2-0. I had that clip stuck in my mind when the guy's talking about people asking him, do you UFC? He goes, no, that's like asking somebody, do you NBA? UFC is the name of the brand. It's not the sport. The 2-0, swing and a miss, change up, 2-1. Two-one count. We have so many clips now. I haven't heard that one in quite a while. Pitch on the way. Right inside, just misses off the plate, 3-1. Paul Clemens is the home plate umpire. We have not seen him a ton, so I don't have a lot of notes on him. We have not seen him maybe 2 times over the last year and a half. The 3-1 pitch, down and away. And that's going to walk Marcell Ozuna down to first. And I think I've told y'all before, until I see a guy several times behind home plate, I just kind of reserve judgments. I don't have a lot of notes on him. One of the things is, if I don't have a lot of notes, you probably did a decent job. Drake Baldwin, the batter, righty-lefty. First pitch on the way to Drake is inside for a ball. It's 1-0. And it's really difficult to decipher on the screen because the Foxcast has a very, very light tint, so you can barely tell where the ball is on the pitch track. The 1-0, inside for a strike, 1-1. And for whatever, and so the pitch track I have on another screen didn't even register that first pitch. It looked like that first pitch was probably on the zone. Anyways, the 1-1 swing, that ball's belted deep down the right field line. Is it fair? If it's fair, it's gone. That ball is pounded, and it is gone. A 2-run shot kind of disappeared into the night. I lost track of it, but the Drake hammers one home.
You don't like the Drake?
I love the Drake.
416 happy feet.
How could you not like the Drake?
Who's the Drake?
The Drake is good.
I think the Red Sox won a umpire's challenge. Now, home plate umpire Clemens got down the line to check it. The way it looks when you see it as a fan from that wide view, it looks like it did go foul, but it's hard for me to tell, did it go foul around the pole? From the blind eye, it looks like it's a foul ball, but right now it's a home run, and of course they would have to have enough to overturn it. They're checking it right now, so we'll see what goes on here. It fell into the crowd several rows to the right, but I don't know where it crossed the actual foul pole. Paul Clemens stepped out and did what an umpire is supposed to do and get right down the line and look for it. But it's hard to tell if it hooked around the pole. It doesn't look like it did. It looked like that it went foul. And Drake, as he's going down the line, he looks confused as well. And they're showing the replay. I think he lost it as well. And Drake's like, I don't know, man. If they give it to me, I'll take it. If not, I guess I'll have to get up there and swing again. It was a hanger. The question is, could he keep it straight? He definitely pounded it. But it looks foul. Honest engine. Even as a Braves fan, I'm sitting here going, I don't know, but we'll take it if they give it to us. Crew chief Adrian Johnson is on the horn with New York. And what we might have in our favor, because normally New York doesn't want us to win, but we are playing the Boston Red Sox, so we might get that in our favor. There's a possibility it hooked around the pole, but they're saying it called stand, so there we go. We'll play it again. I don't know. We'll take it. We deserve some
you don't like the
some
Drake.
good luck.
I love the Drake. How could you not like the Drake? Who's the Drake? The Drake is good.
Ozzie Albies stands at the plate. First pitch on the way. Swing. Fires it straight back. It's 0-1. That's one of those ones that if it's against you, you are raising Cain. So if you're a Boston Red Sox fan, you're probably pretty ticked off right now. But honestly, it's hard to tell from the vantage point that we get because you don't have a view right down the line. First pitch on the way off that 0-1 is a curveball outside wide, 1-1. But we'll take it. The Braves lead at 5-0. Here in Boston, you normally need runs. There's usually at least one game in Fenway where you need some runs. The 1-1 fouls it straight back. It's 1-2. Giolito, by the way, sitting at 63 pitches here in the third inning with just one out. His pitch count's going to become a major issue. The 1-2 to Ozzie in the dirt, 2-2. 2-2 count. Open stance from the left side. I'd like to see the Wiz get one off that green monster. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. Got him with the slider down and in. 2 down. His third strikeout of the night. Grant Holmes as well is sitting at 3 strikeouts in case you're just joining us. But Giolito's given up 5 hits and 2 walks. And the big number, the 5 earned runs. 2 down here in the top of the third inning, and that'll bring Money Mike to the plate. First pitch. 94. Looked low. They're calling it a strike on the screen. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Slider down and in. 1-1. One count. Righty, lefty. Pitch, swing. Hit high, but not deep. It's a fly ball that actually Christian Campbell is going to go into right field to make the catch, the second baseman. But not before your Atlanta Braves put a couple more on the board. 5 runs, 5 hits, no errors, and 0s across the board for that Old Town team.
Here are some fun facts that you may not know about St. Patrick's Day. Firstly, St. Patrick, our Irish patron saint, wasn't Irish. He was Welsh. As you all know, everybody wants to be Irish. Everybody wears green on St. Patrick's Day. We should actually be wearing blue. St. Patrick himself wore blue, but in around 1700s, people decided to turn it to green because of the clover. On average, Americans spend 5.9 billion on St. Patrick's weekend, just on alcohol. But in my beautiful little country of Ireland, up until 1970, St. Patrick's Day was considered a religious holiday where you couldn't actually drink. However, after a quick law change and Ireland suddenly realising that tourism would be much higher with alcohol, we soon changed that.
2 away for Mark Grace, up to 329 for the year now with 9 homers and 51 RBIs. Ball 1 to Grace. All the talk this year with Tony Gwynn and Larry Walker hovering around 400 all season long. Mark Grace has hit just under 400 the last month. 396 over the last 29 games. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Seems like there are a lot of first basemen around now who are similar.
It's really kind of changed, hasn't it?
Yep. Line drive hitters.
Good pitch by Maddox, 1 and 2. Used to be every club had a first baseman that was big and bulky and hit the long ball. Now you've got a lot of hitters like Grace at that first base spot. Strike 3 call. Grace caught looking. That doesn't happen very often.
For 44 years, since Charles Hercules Ebbets had built his park on a garbage dump called Pigtown, Ebbets Field had united the hopes of the borough of Brooklyn and had been home to Wilbert Robinson and Dazzy Vance, Red Barber and Hilda Chester and the Dodger Symphony, Leo DeRocher and Pee Wee Reese and Duke Snyder, Larry McPhail and Branch Rickey and Jackie Robinson.
Welcome back. 5-0 your score. We head to the bottom of the third. Boston grabs the bats. First pitch from Grant Holmes is down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. Righty-lefty matchup. Toro, the batter. 1 home run on the year. Lefty from the left-hand side. 1-0. Right there for a strike on the outer edge. 1-1. Abraham Toro batting 167 on the year. In the dirt. 2-1. Red Sox in the middle of a 4-game losing streak. Swept in Detroit. And that Detroit team is red hot if you haven't been paying attention to them. 2-1 count. Swing. Roasts it over to the right side. Ozzy's got it. Flips it to Olsen. 4-3 put out, 1 down. You haven't been paying attention to the American League. This is what's been going on. Boston sits 4.5 games behind the New York Yankees, who lead the division. Toronto is 4 back of New York, while the Rays are 5 back. Baltimore is sitting at 15-29, and that's why their manager got the axe today. First pitch to Narvaez. They said he went around on the check swing. Righty-righty, it's 0-1. In the Central, the Detroit Tigers lead Cleveland by 4 games. They are 30-16. 4.5 game lead on Minnesota, 5 on Kansas City. The 0-1. Brings it. Right there, just below the knees. 1-1. White Sox, 14 wins, 16 back. That sounds terrible, but it's a lot better than last year's pace. 1-1 count. Right there below the knees. Misses. 2-1. Out west, you got the Seattle Mariners leading the Western Division by 1.5 games over Houston and Texas, and they square off tonight, the Astros and the Rangers. They're playing right now. It's tied in the 4th, 1-1. 2-1. Swing and a miss. Slider. 2-2. The Athletics are only 3 games out, and the Los Angeles Braves or Atlanta Angels, however you want to word them, they are 6 games and in the cellar. The 2-2. Slider misses down. 3-2. As far as in the National League, the Braves come into tonight in the East 5.5 behind New York, but if this score holds, they'll move back to 5. They gained a game last night on the Mets. Payoff pitch. Down below the knees, ball 4. So Holmes gives up his first free pass. And they've got 1 on and 1 out here in the 3rd. Braves sit 3.5 behind Philly And it looks like Philly's cruising to a win. The Braves need to hold this score to stay with them. Washington's 9.5 out of the first place, and Miami 11. In your NL Central race, the first pitch on the way, swing. That ball's lifted high, deep, into right field. Making the catch is Eli White for a loud out number 2. And the ball had some carry on it. Died just right there at the warning track. In the NL Central, the Chicago Cubs lead the division by a 1.5 over St. Louis. And it's only that close because St. Louis has been red hot. They've lost 1 game in their last 12 to be a 1.5 behind the Cubs. You don't know if that pace can hold, but it's been impressive so far by the Cardinals. Cincinnati sits 5 out of first. 1-0 swing lifted. That ball's hit high and deep into center over Michael's head, and it's a 5-2 ball game. So Duran hits his 3rd home run of the year, and the Red Sox are right back in this one. He hit that ball to dead center field. See how far it carried. 411 feet. And it's 5-2. And we're far from out of the woods. Holmes got to get back to work, settle back down. Rafael Devers is the batter. He takes a huge hack, a swing and a miss, and a curveball. It's 0-1. Once again in the Central, Cincinnati's 5 behind Chicago, and the Brewers are 5.5. The 0-1 swing swatted down the left field line. Will that stay fair? Bangs off the wall a couple of times, and it's going to be a 2-out double for Devers. They throw it to second. Terrible throw. Good job by Matt Olson to back that up. That was wide of Ozzie Albies. Wild throw coming in from the outfield, and it's a 2-out double. Pittsburgh sits 11.5 back in the cellar. And out west, the Dodgers lead the division, but it's not as foregone conclusion as a lot of folks thought. They're only 1 game in front of San Diego, 3 in front of San Francisco, and the Diamondbacks are only 5 out. First pitch on the way to Bregman is down and away for a ball. It's 1-0. Colorado, 21.5 games out of first place. We're about 45 games into the season. Wow. 1-0. Slider out and away. 2-0. 2-0 count. Righty-righty matchup. Holmes is 41st of the night. That ball's in the dirt, 3-0. He's in danger of walking the tying run to the plate. And Christian Campbell. And you don't want to do that, but at the same token, he doesn't want to just lay one in there to Bregman. The 3-0 count. Fastball right down the pipe. Luckily, he was taking that one. That had tartar sauce written all over that fish stick. 3-1 count. Holmes comes set. They set up out wide. Just misses outside, ball 4. So he'll head down to first. You don't like walking the lead, the tying run to home plate, but at the same token, Bregman, I think I'd rather fight another day somewhere else. Kranitz is going to go out there and talk to Holmes. While he does that, we'll get you caught up on the wild card standings. American League, Cleveland, Minnesota, and Kansas City lead the 3 wild card spots. Houston and Texas are a game out. Oakland and Toronto are 2.5 out. And Boston is 3 out, while Tampa is 3.5. Everybody else is a little further back, not really worth mentioning. A lot of teams for them to jump at this point. In the National League, San Diego leads the wild card at 27-16. Philadelphia has the second spot, a half game behind San Diego at 26-18. And San Francisco has the last spot at 26-19. First pitch on the way by Campbell, swung on, swatted deep into center field, going back, making a leap and grab at the wall, on the wall like Spider-Man. Michael the Hawk Harris. 75% of the world is covered by water, the rest by Michael Harris. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
What is a random baby name that you 100% will be naming your kid no matter what your spouse says?
I'm going to name him Wussel, so people think he has a speech impediment.
The old expression, rule of thumb, that has quite a dark origin actually. In the 1400s it was legal in England to hit your wife with a stick, but the stick wasn't allowed to be thicker than your thumb, hence the expression rule of thumb.
Hey Braves Country, this is Mac McGee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play by play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Please like and subscribe today. It's free, and it helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
And that the Brooklyn Dodgers would up and leave to Los Angeles yet, which seemed like once you go to Borneo. You know, the only time I'd seen L.A. was Mickey Mouse Club would show, and Disneyland is under construction, and it looked like the Amazon. They're in the where'd they go? And it was, why here? So far away, and it was the mountaintop. They're preparing for a ballpark on a mountaintop? No, in the city next to the dry cleaner, so you could talk about it when you pick up your suit that had a mustard stain from the game before. Where's the corner bar? Where's the arguments? You know, where's the trolley where's the subway? How do you get there? Where are they got palm trees? What's Cary Grant and Doris Day doing at a game? You know, where's Al Schmenglowitz, who should sit there? Where's the band? What's going to happen to that band that was in right field, that crazy band? You know, what's going to happen?
Braves going to have to get back on that scoreboard. The lead is now just 5-2. Eli White, your batter, first pitch on the way. The slider right across the letters for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1 brings it. Four-seam fastball at the knees, 0-2. Eli White 1 for 1 on the day. The 0-2 count. Outside wide, 1-2. Braves 5, Red Sox 2 here in the fourth inning. The 1-2. Swing. That ball's ripped up the middle. A worm burner right between the 4-6 hole. We got a leadoff single to get us going. Little white lightning on the base paths. Good hit by Eli. First pitch on the way to Nick Allen. He shows bunt but pulls it back. That pitch was high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. 1-0. Swing. That ball's belted towards the left field side, but it's going to die into the glove of Jarren Duran for out number 1 right there in the corner. One down. Righty-lefty matchup. The runner goes. High throw. Did they get him on the foot? Right now they're calling it a stolen base. We got nailed by this yesterday. I'm getting tired of that. It's a bad throw. And if they got him on the foot as he was coming by, as the throw was well left of the bag. It's really close. I don't believe they're going to challenge it. So it looks like that will stand. If you remember, we got nailed at that last time. We've been hit by that a lot this year. First pitch on the way is a 1-0 in the dirt, 2-0. And it really will drive you nuts because you'll see it and you're like, you're showing the replay. I don't know. It's so close. I think Boston was probably smart not to challenge it because I don't think it's going to get turned over. The 2-0 pitch. Four-seam fastball on the outer edge. Alex doesn't like it. 2-1. 2-1 count. Pitch on the way. Swing. Swats it towards left. That ball's going to be caught. Here comes the throw to second. Just off the mark. It rolls away, but Eli will stay at second. So 2 down, Eli White. Standing at second base, Austin Riley at the plate. Righty-righty matchup. Riley 0 for 1 with the walk. First pitch on the way. Four-seam fastball on the inner cut. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Down and away. 1-1. 1-1 count. I was wondering when that was going to show up in 2025. Yelton is obsessed with Olsen's golf game. The 1-1 chops it foul. It's 1-2. Houston and Texas tied at 1 there in the 5th. You got a 1-2 count to Riley. Standing on deck is Olsen. If Riley can keep the line moving. The 1-2. Swing! That ball's lifted towards left field. That ball's going to drop for a base hit. That's going to be a run. It falls into no man's land, and your Atlanta Braves put one on the board. Riley comes through with a seeing eye single to make it 6-2.
You're my boy, Blue! Blue, you're my boy!
Just a looper over the head of the shortstop Story and right in front of Duran. Duran held up because I think he was afraid he was going to collide with Story. Story should have gave way to Duran. I don't know if Duran gets to it anyways. Time is called by home plate umpire Paul Clements. He's putting an automatic ball on Giolito. Said he took too much time to engage. Matt Olson, who's 1 for 2 at the home run, stands in. The 1-0, swing, Rosat up the middle. That's through for a base hit. Second base hit for Matt Olson. Here comes Riley around second. He's heading to third. He will be safe, and your Atlanta Braves have runners on the corners. 2 outs, and the big zoo coming to the plate. Good hit by Olson.
This is not watered down. This is Ice House. Ice House. Smooth as it gets.
Question is, will they allow Giolito to throw to Ozuna? Looks like they will. Narvaez went out there for a second. Thought they might be pulling him. Righty-righty matchup. First pitch on the way. Down and away. It's 1-0. Ozuna also hit a home run earlier. 1-0. The 1-0 is inside 2-0. The 2-0 count. Four-seam fastball right there on the edge, 2-1. Righty-righty matchup. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. The pitch, swing, chops it over to short, and that's going to be an easy 6-4 putout. Not for your Atlanta Braves. Put another one on the board. It's a 4-run lead. We head to the bottom of 4 here in Fenway Park, the city on the hill.
I'm holy enough to pray for you, baby, but I'm also hood enough to swing on you, so jot that down, all right? Okay.
Hey, Braves Country, I'm Mac McGee. Join us for Pitch by Pitch, Play by Play, the classic call of Braves Country baseball. We're bringing you Atlanta Braves baseball all year long. Jump into our pregame show, Braves Country Today, just before first pitch. Stick around for the postgame show, Braves Country Tonight, where we will open up the phone lines and react to your calls or your comments all year long. That's Braves Country Radio, pitch by pitch, play by play, your home for the classic call of Braves Country baseball.
I went to an Alcoholics Anonymous class last night, and anonymous my ass, I knew everybody that was there.
What's up, Braves Country? Looking forward to a great Atlanta Braves season. See y'all at the ballpark. Love y'all.
Now, one more time. What did you ask, Daddy?
In the 80s, did they have shoes?
Somebody come get this kid.
During the 1960s, the Cold War almost became nuclear war over missiles in Cuba, and the Beatles invaded the United States. Americans made it to Woodstock and to the moon. Americans fought in Vietnam and then went into the streets to stop that fighting. Winston Churchill and Ernest Hemingway and Rogers Hornsby died. Cal Ripken Jr. and Dwight Gooden and Roger Clemens were born. In the 1960s, the New York Yankees' dominance would finally end. The Los Angeles Dodgers would break all attendance records in their new home.
See if Grant Holmes can come back and calm everything down, leading 6-2, 4-run lead. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Gave up a 2-run home run. It was a little bit rocky in that last inning, but was able to get out of it. Holmes comes set. First pitch to Abreu, who's a home run hitter in his own right. Takes a strike on the outer edge. It's 0-1. Braves 6, Red Sox 2. We'll get you caught up on the scoring here in a second. The 0-1. Swing, lifts it into left center field. Coming over, making the catch is Dr. Doogie, Alex Verdugo, 1 away. 6 runs, 8 hits, no errors for Atlanta, 2-2 and 0 for Boston. In the first inning, Olsen and Ozuna went back-to-back home runs. Riley was aboard with Olsen's home run, a 393-foot blast into the bullpen, and Ozuna cleared the Green Monster right after that, making it 3-0. First pitch on the way, 95 at the knees. Probably gets the strike call if Baldwin doesn't drop the pitch. It's 1-0. Trevor Story 0 for 1. Then Drake Baldwin made it 5-0 with a 416-foot home run that hooked around pesky pole down the right field line. It's 1-0. Slaps up top. It's 1-1. Ozuna was on board for that one. That made it 5-0. 1-1 count. Holmes. Slider down and away. 2-1. Jaron Duran then made it a 5-2 ball game with a home run to dead center field 411 feet from home plate with Narvaez on board. The 2-1 pitch misses down and away, 3-1. And last frame, top of the fourth, Riley singled to left, scoring Eli White. That's where we stand at 6-2. The 3-1 misses. Ball 4. Trevor Story heads down to first on a walk. That'll bring Toro to the plate. Filling in at first base with Casas on the DL. And Rafael Devers unwilling to play first. You can kind of see the argument from both sides, because from the Red Sox perspective, they want to win and they want him to play first to get a better bat into the DH position. As the first pitch on the way to Toro is up top for a ball. It's 1-0. But Devers looks at it as, I've never played first base. I don't want to learn it in the middle of a season. And you told me to put my glove away back in the spring when you signed Bregman for third. Pitch on the way, chops foul. It's 1-1. The irony is that the guy that was the loudest protecting Devers was Casas, which is the guy that hurt his knee. He's out for several weeks. Holmes turns around and flips it over to first. When I saw that injury, I was like, man, that's irony at its fullest when you're talking about a guy who goes to bat for his own teammate, thinking he's doing the right thing as the 1-1's off the plate, 2-1. What I was kind of expecting to see is for the Red Sox to trade Casas and go, all right, man, we don't need a full-blown mutiny here. 2-1 count, 6-2 your score, 1 on, 1 out. Comes set. Swing and a miss. Blew it right by him on the inner edge, evens up the count. Toro had a look like he felt like he just missed pay dirt. The 2-2. Slaps it foul. Two, runner at first, 1 out. Double play would get you out of this mess. The pitch in the dirt. Good block by Baldwin, keeps the runner at bay at first. So now you got a full count. Holmes, by the way, has worked his way up to 57 pitches here in the bottom of the fourth with only 1 out. If he doesn't get out of here pretty quickly, he's going to be trouble. The 3-2. Swing, that ball's belted deep into the night. Making the catch, a jumping catch at the wall is Eli White for a loud out, number 2. He did a little hop skip up there. I think he thought he was a little closer than he was. He wasn't that far from the right field wall, which is very low. But he did leap up. If he's at that wall, by the way, he's going to go ass over tea kettle into the crowd. Narvaez trying to remember who that was in the Tiger Red Sox series years ago in 2013, where the guy goes diving over the wall into the pen. First pitch on the way to Narvaez is right there for a strike. It's 0-1. I remember the play like it was yesterday, but cannot think of who that was. I want to say it was Torrey Hunter, but probably have that wrong. The 0-1. Swing, fouls it back, it's 0-2. If anybody remembers that play, let me know. I want to say it was the 2013 ALCS or ALDS. It was one or the other. It was in Boston and definitely was Detroit. The 0-2, down and away. Did he go around? He did not. 1-2. 1-2 count. Righty-righty matchup. Here's the pitch. Down and away, 2-2. I think Yelton's talking about Hunter Pence, but their game is nothing like Eli White and Hunter Pence. Hunter Pence was nowhere near the wheels. He choked up on the bat quite a bit. The 2-2 just misses off the plate. Full count. .93-mile-an-hour fastball just missed. The payoff pitch, runner goes. Swing, hits it high, out of play. Standing on deck is the number 9 hitter, Rafaela. You'd like to stop it right here, get the number 9 hitter to lead off the 5th. Full count. Holmes comes, set, brings it. Swing, lifts it towards right. Eli going back. He makes the catch in the corner. What a great play by the Book of Eli. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country. Grabbing the sticks, up by 4. Pinch me. Nah, just let me keep dreaming.
Hey, does anybody else get anxiety pulling up to new places not knowing the parking situation? Or is it just me?
I did not notice the number was on that on the stomach side. I did.
What do you mean?
The number down. I didn't notice.
Well, you didn't know that there was a number there?
Yeah, I haven't noticed all spring.
Keith,
forget it. Don't pay attention to me. We didn't have a number down there when I played.
Yeah, you did.
We did? No.
Oh yeah.
Really? I know we have a number on our backs.
Is my wife the only person that won't let their significant other fart into
We are not having this discussion again.
their butt?
That is not a normal thing, and the fact
Is it
that you
also
ask
weird?
me that almost every night is so not normal.
Is it also weird that I want to do that just once? It's like CPR for butts.
That's not A.
It's butt
not true.
CPR.
And B,
I think it's healthy. I think it's healthy for a relationship.
I disagree.
She also won't let me exhale out of my nose into her nose.
This is such a weird
upside
thing.
down.
That's because that's carbon dioxide going straight into my body. You
Like-
exhale carbon dioxide.
like-
I don't inhale carbon dioxide. I inhale oxygen to breathe and live. You know the other thing I won't let you do is pee between my legs while I'm sitting on the toilet. Things the internet
That's a
doesn't need to
normal
know.
thing.
That's not normal.
It is.
In the 60s, I was in college and in graduate school, and baseball didn't have the vitality for me that the civil rights movement did. I got very active, and somehow the events of the world became so important that I didn't feel I had the time to indulge in the luxury of my childhood. It was also because I hadn't yet found the Red Sox and I had lost the Dodgers, so that gap in my love of baseball fit a certain time in history when I was so busy in marches that there wasn't time to sit in baseball games.
Welcome back, Braves Country. 6-2 is your score. Brendan Bernardino is coming in for Giolito. That should be noted because he was the one that came in as the first pitch on the way is a sinker off the plate. It's 1-0. If you remember, he came in yesterday with the game on the line, couldn't find the strike zone. Now they're bringing him in the 5th. 1-0, right down the pipe. It's 1-1. I wonder if they're just trying to get him some work to get his confidence back. You do have Drake Baldwin, Ozzie, and Michael due up in this inning, so he may be specifically wanting to get him some work against lefties. There's 1-1's right there for a strike. It's 1-2. Braves with 3 home runs tonight. The 1-2 reaches for that one. Curveball slaps it out of play. Drake was not in the lineup last night when Bernardino came in, so he has not faced him. Lefty-lefty matchup. The 1-2. Swing, chops it. Over towards first, rolled on top of that one. It's going to be a G3 in your scorecard. What a way. One down. Ozzie Albies your batter. He's 0 for 2. First pitch, down and in. 1-0. Braves 6, Red Sox 2. Top of the 5th, no matter what your screen says. The 1-0 off the plate. Change up 2-0. I'd like to get some pitches up on this Bernardino guy. I mean, he came in last night with an ERA of 1.65. Is the 2-0 swing, fouls it back. Like this for it to be the last time we see him. I was looking at his usage last night, and that is his first outing in a few days. So, in theory, he could come back out for tomorrow. 2-1 count, way outside wide, ball 3-1. The infield is back into the left, playing Ozzie to pull. The 3-1 to Ozzie. Swing, chops it over to short. Be an easy 6-3 put out. Story. Toro, 2 down. We're all pulling for Ozzie, but once again, he's hitting way too high in the lineup. It's just the stubbornness of Snicker to not drop him down lower. And he's got some say in that, so to think that this is all the analytical department. Michael Harris comes in batting 7th. First pitch on the way is a sinker. Down and in. It's 0-1. Lefty-lefty matchup. Harris 0 for 2 with the fly out and pop out. The 0-1. Inside. Just misses. 1-1. 1-1 count. If Harris can reach, it'll be Eli White, who stands on deck. Nick Allen in the hole. The 1-1. Up top. Corner shelf for a strike. 1-2. The 1-2. Swing, chops it. Down the first base side, but plenty foul. Well past the dugout. We'll do it again. The 1-2. Brings it. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So Bernardino straightens himself back out and has a clean inning. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Red Sox trailing by 4.
Well, I'm absolutely furious because I spent all evening drinking something called Seedlip, which is quite delicious, but it turns out it's non-alcoholic. So I can still feel all my emotions now, and it's 10 o'clock.
Dan, I need to talk to you about me bulking up.
What do you mean bulking up?
Yeah, I've been hitting the gym for a few months, and I need some tubs of protein powder to get bigger, and Mom said she won't buy them without your permission because they're too expensive.
Why are you doing this anyway?
A little bit for me, but I'm trying to impress my girlfriend too.
What did you tell her?
Why does that matter?
I want to know what you told her. The last time you lied to your girlfriend, you told her you were getting injuries from physical combat until she found out you were kite fighting and getting string burn.
I didn't know there was kite fighting gloves, okay?
With the score tied 9-9 in the bottom of the 9th, and Ralph Terry on the mound for New York, Bill Mazeroski came to bat.
Here's a swing and a high fly ball going deep to left. This may do it. Back to the wall goes Berra. It is over the fence. Home run. The Pirates win.
It was the first time the World Series had ever ended with a home run.
We have seen and shared in one of baseball's great moments.
Bill Mazeroski's home run in 1960. 7 games, Pirates, in Pittsburgh. We beat them 12-0, 10-0, 16-3. We're into the last inning. We tie it up. Mickey made an amazing base running play with a little head fake, and Bill Mazeroski steps up, and Ralph Terry hangs a slider, and Bill Mazeroski hits it 420 feet, and the Pirates win the World Series. I still heard about it. I still feel bad about it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mazeroski has hit a 1-0 pitch over the left field fence at Forbes Field to win the 1960 World Series for the Pittsburgh Pirates by a score of 10-9.
It was terrible. I'd been with the Yankees 10 years at that time, and I cried all the way home on the airplane. I just couldn't quit, you know. It's the worst I've ever felt in my life. It's the only time that we ever played in the World Series where I felt like the best team got beat.
Welcome back. We head to the bottom of the fifth inning. Braves lead at 6-2. Holmes back to work. First pitch. Slider slaps the inner edge to Rafaela, the number 9 hitter. It's 0-1. 0 for 1 with the fly out. The 0-1 swing lifts it into center field. Lazy fly ball for Harris. One away. Braves and Red Sox tomorrow, 1:35 first pitch will come on the air at about 1 o'clock. And then we have finally an off day on Monday, which the Braves could really use, as can I. And then we head to Washington for a 3-game set. All 3 of those games start at 6:45. First pitch on the way to Duran. He's up top for a strike. It's 0-1. Righty-lefty matchup. Duran. Swing, roast set over to the right side. Good play by Olsen. And a throw just behind Holmes. It'll probably be an E3. But honest engine, Holmes had plenty of time. He was just sprinting and wasn't looking. When he looked up the ball, he just ran by it. If he takes his time and gets over there, he's going to make the play. You got to get the ball first. He was worried about tagging the bag. The error should really be on Holmes, but we'll see how they call it. The ball hit him right in the glove. First pitch on the way is a four-seam fastball to Evers. That's the last thing you want to do, is put a free base on there with the heart of the order coming to the plate for the Red Sox. Rafael Devers is 1 for 2. The 0-1 way high outside. 1-1. We'll see if this error comes back to bite him. They're calling the error on Olsen, but honest engine, that's on Holmes. The 1-1's well off the plate. 2-1. 2-1 count. Pitch from Holmes. Good bending curveball. Did not get the call. 3-1. So now we really got problems. – 3-1 count to their best power hitter, Devers. Runner at first, 1 out. Braves do lead by 4. 3-1, nowhere near the zone, ball 4. So he walks another batter, and that will put the tying run on deck. Grant Holmes with the second walk of the night. I'm sorry, fourth walk of the night. He's given up 2 earned runs, 3 strikeouts. And Alex Bregman stands at the plate. First pitch. Didn't get the call there either. Slider down and in. It's 1-0. 1-0. Righty. Brings it. 95 at the knees. 1-1. 1-1 count. Double play could get you out of the jam. Bregman with good speed, though, as does Duran. Not so much with Devers, 1-1. Swing, rifles it foul. We'll go ahead and put it on the defensive action screen. Braves 6, Red Sox 2. The 1-2. Holmes comes set, his 78th of the night. Swing, fouls it back. We'll do it again. One-two count, one down, first and second. Here's the pitch. Swing, that ball's lifted high into left field, but it won't reach the monster. Standing underneath it is Verdugo, and everybody will stay put for a long, loud out, number 2. Big out there by Holmes. And that'll bring Christian Campbell to the plate. Campbell, 0 for 2 on the day. Struck out his first time up. Flew out to center his second. Righty-righty matchup, first pitch. High and just out of the zone. It's 1-0. Grant Holmes sitting at 80 pitches. The 1-0. Holmes comes set, looks back, brings it. Nowhere near the zone. 2-0. Holmes steps off the back of the bump and grabs the rosin bag to try to. Might have an issue with the grip right now. 2-0 count. They set up out wide. Swing and a miss. Slider. Bent inside, 2-1. That was a hanger. Holmes is lucky to get that one back. They were set up out wide. It was a hanging cement mixer that Campbell just missed underneath. That could have made this a one-run game with the quickness. The 2-1 count. The pitch. Swing, chops it over to Allen. He'll flip it to Ozzie, and we'll get out of the inning. Woo! All right, Braves country. We got a 6-2 lead. We go to the 6th. Looks like a right-hander's coming out of the pen.
Would you rather get $100,000 every year, or every year you get 1 month where you can see every winning scratch-off ticket? You don't know what it wins, and you still have to buy it. It could be a ticket, it could be a jackpot, but you know that it's a winner. Which one you taking? The easy hundo, $1,000 a year? Dude, or you a gambling man like me? I'm taking the ticket, dude. I don't know, but $100,000 for sure every year. That's like most people's salary. That's like more than most people's salary, dude. That's way more than my salary, dude. Or you can get kicked in the nuts by a field goal kicker. Those are your 3 options, dude.
The Pittsburgh Pirates, the 1960 World Champions, defeat the New York Yankees, the Pirates 10 and the Yankees 9.
There is one thing that all my friends know must never be discussed in my presence, and that's Bill Mazeroski's home run that won the 1960 World Series for a grossly overmatched Pittsburgh Pirates team against my beloved Yankees. And there's a wonderful resolution that many people don't realize. It's one of the great ironies of baseball history, but these things happen. That 2 years later, in the 7th game of the World Series in 1962, with the Yankees ahead by 1 run in the bottom of the last inning with 2 men on base, Ralph Terry was on the mound again, facing Willie McCovey. Willie McCovey hits a line drive that seemed sure to go for a hit, and Terry would have lost yet another World Series. Richardson jumps up, stabs the line drive, and they win that one. So there is resolution. There is rejuvenation. There is reward and victory after tragedy.
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Still feels like we need some insurance runs, even up 6-2. This little house of horrors that they call a baseball stadium in Boston that short porch in right field and then that big green monster in left field, you can pepper balls off the wall. No lead ever feels safe. Boston going to their right-hander, Nick Birdie. Another one of their setup guys. First pitch on the way is a fastball right down the pipe to Eli White. So I make that a changeup at 93 miles an hour. It's 0-1. I kind of like the strategy from Cora, what he's doing here. Is he 0-1? Outside wide, 1-1. If this were Snicker, he'd be putting the front of his bullpen in, the guys with the biggest ERAs at this point, and just kind of punting the game. As the 1-1 swing, that ball's lifted into center field. That's down for a base hit. And another leadoff single by the Book of Eli. Your Atlanta Braves have the leadoff runner on to start the sixth. Eli White now 3 for 3. The run scored and a stolen base. But I like the idea that Cora is basically saying if we can keep the game close to let our offense get back in it, as the first pitch on the way is 94 off the edge, it's 0-1. And if the game continues to get away from him, then he'll probably go to his also-rans in the front of the bullpen. Of course, a lot of that may have to do with the fact that they're on a 4-game losing streak. The 0-1. Inside almost gets Allen, 1-1. A 1-1 count. Nick Allen, who's 1 for 2. The 1-1 pitch swing, chops it over to short. Should be a 6-4-3 double play. It is. A rally killer. 2 down. So that erases the good single by Eli. We go to the top of the order. It's another reason why you don't want Eli hitting so low in the order, because then you get the number 9 hitter to just erase everything he just did. I'm a little surprised that they didn't bunt Eli over with just 1 out. I mean, with no outs, excuse me. First pitch on the way to Verdugo is off the plate for a ball. It's 1-0. That's that 1970s American League strategy where you're waiting for the 3-run home run, but you're up by 4 runs. You put Eli over at second. All you need is a base hit between either Doogie or Riley, and you expand that lead. 1-0, misses inside, 2-0. You also set up Eli over there at second where he could possibly steal third. Create that run. The 2-0. Swing, rips it into center field, and there you go. Base hit by Doogie. And if Eli was standing on second right before that, we'd be in business.
What's going on? Blood pressure's coming up. The pulse is getting stronger. Get the OR ready. We've got a live one going and we want him to stay that way.
Dr. Doogie standing at first, and Austin Riley with the infield back into the left. First pitch. 4-seam fastball off the plate. It's 1-0. Be a good time for Riley to tie Matt Olson for the team lead in home runs. 1-0. Just outside, 2-0. Narvaez with a pretty good frame there, but just missed it. (2-0) count. Birdie, 12th pitch of the inning. Swing, that ball's roasted foul down the third base line. 2-1. Standing on deck is Olson. Austin Riley 1 for 2 on the day with a walk. As well as an RBI and a run scored. 2-1 to Riley. Brings it, swing and a miss. They throw it back behind the runner at first. Verdugo with the head first slide is underneath it. The swing and a miss, it brings it to 2-2. Just got in on the back end. Verdugo with a pretty good sized lead, and Narvaez trying to catch him with his hand in the cookie jar. 2-2 count. Righty, righty. Birdie comes set. Here's the pitch. Slider well outside wide. Full count, which means Verdugo will be off to the races. He might get a pickoff move. Verdugo's getting a pretty good sized lead over there. Full count. Runner goes. Way outside wide, ball 4. So he'll head on down to first. And we got runners on first and second. There are 2 outs. Matt Olson coming back to the dish. Hit one into the bullpen his first time up for his 9th home run of the year. They have a quick mound visit out there. Looks like the pitching coach, Andrew Bailey, out there to talk a game plan with Birdie. First and second. 2 outs. Braves lead at 6-2. We're here in the top of the 6th. Olson 2 for 3. Home run, a single. 773 OPS. First pitch on the way. Off the plate wide. It's 1-0. You know, they do have the option, too, to pitch around Olson. Even though it's not conventional, you do have the right-hander standing on deck. And if he doesn't want to lay one in there to him, you open yourself up to something with that as the 1-0. Down and in 2-0. Because at that point, if Ozuna gets a single, it's going to be 2 runs, not just the 1. The 2-0 to Olson. Infield back into the right. Here's the pitch. Swing, roasted it down the first base line. Foul. The ball girl there is not athletic at all. And ball rolled away from her. After he got about 5 feet, the right fielder said, I'll get it. Don't worry about it. The 2-1 count. Swing, laced it into left field. That's down for a base hit. 2, he's going to send home the runner, and he's going to be cooked. That was nowhere near. I was kind of surprised he was sending him because the ball got to the outfielder extremely quick. What the hell was that? We'll be back in a flash. Braves lead at 6-2.
If Earth is the 3rd planet from the sun, doesn't that mean that every country is a 3rd world country?
I've become, maybe to a fault at times, because I still question myself, is I'm so much about the person now, you know? And I remember like Pat Gillick telling me, being the Blue Jays GM, when he started, and he was 70% talent, 30% makeup character, and then over time, it was 60-40. And I got to tell you, I feel like I've gone to like 55-45 talent, makeup character. So then you start doing work on the person, on the teammate, on the guy. People say they're great competitors, but sometimes it's talk. I'm a big believer, especially being a parent now. You know, players make others better. I've seen it. Took a while to see it, but I see it. You know, a coach can only do so much, a manager can only do so much, but peers can really impact. I think about it with my kids. Who they're around is an impact as well. So you fill a clubhouse, instead of having 2 guys like a Blanco and a DeRosa, I've kind of flipped that. I'm like, you better have like 24 or 25 and maybe 1 or 2 that are on the border of pass-fail, to me.
Armchair.
Kurt Flood of the St. Louis Cardinals. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss.
The glare is that I don't particularly like you, and I'm going to beat you any way I can. It is concentration of trying to block out 50,000 people either for you or against you. It is trying to remember all of the things that make you a good hitter and trying to make them go into action immediately, right now. I need it right now in order to do this against this great pitcher. He's a major leaguer too, so you have to give him credit. Incredible things go on inside your head.
Curt Flood went on to become a solid 300 hitter, the best defensive center fielder in the game, winning 7 consecutive Gold Glove awards.
Bottom of the 6th we go. Braves lead at 6-2, but that was a very questionable send by Tui. I mean, there's no way he doesn't know, but I'm just going to put it to you this way. When the outfielder got the ball, he was right in front of the warning track as the first pitch on the way is in. Fastball on the outer edge to Abreu, it's 0-1. In any other stadium on the planet, the guy standing at the warning track, you do send the runner. But this is a popcorn stand as the 0-1 pops it up high into center field. Making the catch is Harris, one away. The Green Monster, the reason why it's such a tall wall is because it's extremely close to home plate. And so to send him there, I mean, honest engine, the catcher in Revias could have smoked a cigarette and drank him a cold one waiting on Riley to come around to tag him. That was ridiculous. And it's really strange considering how passive he's been in the past. First pitch on the way to Story is popped up, high, bending out of play. Olsen gives chase just out of his reach into the camera well. 0-1. Here's hoping they hold on, they get the win, and Tui's not dragged about that because I like the idea of being aggressive, but that one was just bonehead stupid. That would when you send a guy in that position, you're literally hoping for a bad throw or the catcher to drop the ball. The 0-1 misses high, 1-1. Hit the top of the zone but didn't get the call. 1-1 count. Pitch on the way, swing and a miss, slider, 1-2. Braves lead it by 4. We're in the bottom of the 6th with 1 out. You might have had Alex Verdugo over there as a third base coach. Hell, he played for Boston for 4 seasons. The 1-2 swing rips it into left field, and Verdugo scoops it up, and it's a 1-out single, and here we go again. Redsox threatening. Verdugo started his career with the Dodgers, then goes to Boston from 2020 to 2023. Got a 1-year deal with the Yankees last year. And, of course, signs with the Braves this year. One on, 1 out. First pitch on the way. Curveball down and in. Misses. It's 1-0. We're in the 6th inning, and Holmes is at 90 pitches. And you're in a little bandbox. So you got to be very aware as the first pitch off of that 1-0 is a 4-seam fastball. Misses well out of the zone. 2-0. You got to be aware of the fact that this could spiral out of control quickly in this bandbox. The 2-0 just grabs the outer edge. 2-1. You don't realize till Fox does their ridiculous cast without the box at home plate, but man, I really missed that thing. The 2-1 swing and a miss. 2-2. I've got another one that sits off to the side, and I have to look over there to check it. But that one's not always as accurate because a lot of times as De Los Santos warms up in the pen, a lot of times that is being put on the screen off of what they called at home plate. The 2-2 swing and a miss. Strike 3. Grant Holmes finally gets his 4th strikeout. He's been sitting on 3 since back in the 2nd inning. 2 down. His 4th strikeout to match 4 walks. 3 hits, 2 earned. That'll bring up Carlos Narvaez, the number 8 hitter, the catcher. He's 0 for 1. First pitch, 95 at the knees. It's 0 1. You would tend to think what's going to happen here is, at the most, Holmes has one more batter with the right-hander standing on deck, the number 9 hitter, the 0-1. Swats it foul, it's 0-2. If he gets out of this jam, that would be it for Holmes, and they would start with the new pitcher to start the next inning. And though you have De Los Santos warming up in the pen, I would think they go with the lefty. The 0-2, high and inside, 1-2. So if you get Narvaez here, due up in the next inning, you would have 2 lefties and Duran and Devers due up. And that's not nothing. The 1-2, slider misses down and away, 2-2. Braves lead it by 4. Still a long way to go in this one. Runner at first, 2 outs. The 2-2 from Holmes. Brings it. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And if that's it for Holmes, he powered through it, got his 5 strikeouts. If you took that one out in the desert, and we head to the top of the 7th, leading by 4.
I play real sports, not trying to be the best at exercising. I'm Teddy Powers. I'm the man who has the ball, so that is why I am better than everyone in the world.
On this date in 1893, Philadelphia Phillies outfielder Billy Hamilton becomes the first player to hit both a leadoff and walk-off home run in the same game, when he cranks a 2-run homer off Al Mall, giving the team an 11-9 victory over Washington at the Philadelphia baseball grounds. 74 years later, Vic Power will become the first modern player to duplicate the Hall of Famer's performance, accomplishing the rare feat for the 1957 Athletics with a 10th inning round tripper against the Orioles, played in Kansas City Municipal Stadium. And on this date, 1906, I guess the unwritten rules weren't written yet, as Ty Cobb at Philadelphia's Columbia Park breaks up Rube Waddell's no-hitter. The Georgia Peach spoils the Southpaw's no-no with the bunt single, and the Tigers 5-0 loss to the Athletics. And on this date in 1939, Princeton beats Columbia 2-1 in the first ever televised sporting event in a 10-inning contest at Baker Field. W2XBS, an experimental station in New York City, airs the 2-hour and 15-minute telecast, available to fewer than 400 TV sets. The New York Times wrote on that day, quote, "The ball was seldom seen except on bunts and infield plays, close to the camera, stationed between third and home plate." Welcome back. Atlanta Braves grab the sticks, leading by 4. Birdie goes back to work. First pitch is a changeup at the knees. It's 0-1. Marcell Ozuna, your batter, righty-righty matchup. Ozuna went big fly earlier, the 7th of the year. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Chase a slider down and away. It's 0-2. Ozuna will take his timeout. Step out. While he does that, we'll hit your out-of-town scoreboard for you. By the way, before we do that, to get you caught up on the wild card standings for the Braves, we were sitting 3 games out of the final wild card slot. The 0-2. Swing, slices it foul. We'll do it again. They're 3 behind San Francisco, 3.5 behind Philly, and 5 behind San Diego. That's going into today's action. The 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. Out and away, 1-2. Remember, the Braves cannot win the tiebreaker on San Diego this year with their head-to-head, as they went 0 for 4 to start the season. They have 3 more in Atlanta versus San Diego, but you can't win the season series. The 1-2, out and away, 2-2. Game and a half in front of Cincinnati. This is all before the day started. 2 in front of Milwaukee. The 2-2. Swing, lifts it. High into right field, going deep, and just right of the pesky pole down the right field line. The out-of-town scoreboard looks like this. Birdie, by the way, at 25 pitches. Rangers have taken a 5-1 lead over the Astros in the 8th. Cardinals 1-0 over the Royals in the 9th. Rookie for the Royals came up to do a spot start today and must have pitched well. Brewers 6-0 trailing Minnesota is the 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 away. Birdie's first strikeout of the night. Rockies and Diamondbacks tied at 6 in the 3rd. Good old-fashioned shootout in the desert. Mariners and Padres are scoreless in the 2nd. A's and Giants just getting underway. It's 0-0 in the 1st. First pitch on the way to Baldwin is right there on the outer edge. It's 0-1. Drake Baldwin 1 for 3 with a 2-run home run. Angels and Dodgers are scoreless in the 1st. The 0-1. Slices it foul back behind home plate. It's 0-2. Games that are already in the books. Mets 3-2 over the Yankees. Cubs 7-3 in the Windy City rivalry versus the White Sox in Wrigley. Blue Jays 2-1 winners over the Tigers. Nationals all over the Orioles 10-6. The 0-2 pitch is banged on the ground over to first. Covering the bag is Birdie. 3-1 put out, 2 down. Rays blank the Marlins 4-0. Phillies hold on to beat the Pirates 5-2. And the Reds beat the Guardians 4-1. And that's your out-of-town scoreboard. Two down. And Ozzie Albies open stance from the left side. First pitch. Swing! That ball's belted down the right field line. Just fair. And it's going to hop over the head of the right fielder Abreu. He will actually make a really athletic play to keep the ball from going all the way to the wall. Went over his head and backhanded it. Kept it from hitting the ground. And Ozzie, a long 2-out single to get things going here.
I'm the Wiz, I'm the Wiz, I'm the Wiz. I'm the Wiz and nobody beats me.
First pitch on the way to Michael Harris. He's down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. Thank you for the donation, James. Righty-lefty matchup, the 1-0. Swing, chops it over to first. One hopper right in the glove of the first baseman, Toro, and that'll end the inning. Braves get one on, but can't do much with it. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country. Get up and stretch, y'all.
All right, I can't see you, let me hear you. A one, a two, a three. We out to the ball game. We out to the sky. Find me something up and crack the jack. I don't care if I have to get
Welcome back. First pitch on the way from Bummer. Lefty-righty matchup as Rafaela digs in. Is off the plate for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Swing, rattles it back foul. 1-1. Thanks for the Country Club membership, Hellion. Who did that bring in? I haven't had a chance to look over. 1-1. Inside 2-1. 2-1 count. Swing, rips it down the left field line, and that'll just get inside the base paths. Verdugo grabs the ball and gets it down to third, and it's a leadoff double for the Red Sox. Welcome to the Country Club, Colby, via Hellion. Hard hit ball just past Riley. Runner at second, nobody out, lefty-lefty matchup, top of the order, first pitch. Sinker misses high, it's 1-0. 1-0. Thank you for the kind words, cool guy 3456. 1-0. Misses, they're going to say it grabbed the zone, 1-1. 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. Just grabs the inside track. Duran didn't like it. He stepped out and gave a cross look to home plate umpire Paul Clemens. Looking at the replay. Now it looked like it hit that inner part. They do show a very thin line on replays. They just don't show it live. It's just a shaded box, and it's barely shaded. The 1-2. Tried to get him to chase the curveball off the edge. 2-2. 2-2 count. Thank you, Kenny. Lefty-lefty matchup. Bummer looks back the runner at second. Kicks and fires. Swing, pops it up. High into left field. Who wants it? Harris and Verdugo meet up, and Alex will grab it. He'll fire it to third. One away. One down, and that'll bring Rafael Devers to the dish. You got an interesting thing going on here, because if they get Devers here, do you go to a right-hander? Though Bummer does have decent numbers against righties, but after Devers here, you've got two righties and then a lefty duo. First pitch. Sinker off the edge. 1-0. Of course, you got to get him first. I don't want to put the cart before the horse, but just thinking ahead where they might be looking to go. Braves lead at 6-2, one out, but they're still just in the seventh inning. The 1-0. Called for a strike. Kisses the black on the outer edge. 1-1. 1-1 count. Braves Red Sox tomorrow, 1:35 first pitch. We'll come on the air about 1 o'clock. The 1-1. Swing! Swats it back foul. It's 1-2. That'll be game 3 of the 3-game set. We'll see these same Red Sox at the end of the month, Friday the 30th. The 1-2. Slaps it into left. That's going to get down for a base hit. That will score a run. Here comes the throw to the plate, but it was a bad high throw and should have thrown it to second. I don't know what Verdugo's doing there. You're going to get the run home. You gotta throw to second. That's just a dopey throw. With the lead, you almost wonder if you probably should put Fairchild out there. But it is 6-3. He was never going to get Rafaela coming around. I mean, he's got darn good speed. He airmailed the throw as well. So Devers moves up to second. Bad decision on Verdugo. And De Los Santos will come on to face the right-handers. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
I'm Charles Daniels. For years, we've been taking you to villages like this and showing you the heartbreak of families whose only mistake was being born poor. They need your help, and for only
$2.99
a month, you can provide
the Country Club for Braves Country Radio.
Ask for more. Sorry? Ask for more money. Why are you starting so low?
Don't get greedy. Ask for $2.99.
As you can see, these villagers are desperate for your help, so don't hesitate. Dial the number and send over
$2.99
a month. That's all we need. Start higher. I know, right?
$2.99
A month may not sound like a lot, but it can mean so much to
Braves Country Radio.
It's not even a round number. I'm just saying, why not start at
$2.99
a month? That's all these people need to survive. And they'd be so lucky and appreciative to get it. So for the price of a cup of coffee.
You talk about all they need to send is the bare minimum to keep us alive.
How you gonna save our lives with only 39 cents? Because I'm trying to do the math in my head, but I just can't see it.
$2.99
This is plenty.
He keeps saying
$2.99
Why you keep saying
For the price of a cup of coffee.
why it can't be the price of an Arizona iced tea?
Because it's not the price of an Arizona, it's got to be coffee.
It don't though.
Plus, coffee is way more expensive than
$2.99
You know, for a starving village, you people have a lot of energy.
Hey, how much was that coffee?
It doesn't matter.
I bet you don't even know what country you in.
I do know what.
Welcome back. De Los Santos fires the first pitch for a strike. To the right-handed bat of Alex Bregman, it's 0-1. Runner at second with one out, the 0-1. Check swing went around, it's 0-2. Still just drives you crazy that the Verdugo came home with that throw. You'd have the double play set up right now if he's standing at first. The 0-2, swing lifted, blasted, high and deep. It's going to go off the green monster, bounces, and Devers will come around to score with these starting at second, and it's now 6-4. So, already, that cost the Braves. There's no way Devers scores on that if he's standing at first, because he would have had to hold up for a minute. So it's 6-4, and now De Los Santos throws a hanger there, gets pounded. We're really fortunate that didn't leave the yard. That was just under the top of the green monster. Campbell, your batter, first pitch, 96 inside. It's 1-0. Righty-righty matchup. On deck is the left-handed power hitter Abreu, the 1-0. Fastball right down the strike. Right down the pipe for a strike, excuse me. It's 1-1. One count. Here's the pitch. Slider misses 2-1. Abreu stands on deck, has 11 home runs already on the year. You'd like to get Campbell here and be able to walk him to avoid him. The 2-1, swing lifts it into center field. Coming in, making the easy catch is Harris. Bregman will retreat back to second, 2 down. Wilyer Abreu will come to the plate, representing the tying run with 2 outs. Runner at second. Righty-lefty matchup. I think I'm walking him here, but anyways, here we go. First pitch on the way. 97. Off the plate, it's 1-0. Trevor Story stands on deck. The 1-0. Swing, rifles it foul. It's 1-1. I know you rarely want to walk the go-ahead run to home plate. But just playing the numbers game here, it seems like it'd be an easier matchup for De Los Santos. 1-1 count. Swing, chops it foul. It's 1-2. De Los Santos, one strike away from getting out of this jam. Braves lead at 6-4. They've coughed up 2 here in the bottom of the 7th. 6-4 is your score. The 1-2 from De Los Santos. Did he go around? Change up off the edge. Did not. 2-2. The 2-2. 2 outs. 2 across already. The pitch. Swing, rips it over to first. Right at Olson's glove. He'll step on the bag, and we'll get out of it. We give up 2 runs, 1 given up by Bummer, 1 by De Los Santos, but your Atlanta Braves lead it 6-4. We go to inning number 8.
In Spanish?
Yes.
Gracias todos para los... I don't know how to say compliments.
No?
Compliments.
But these super berries grow in the Andes Mountains, okay? Alpacas can survive entire winters on this.
So it's like a super berry, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Now, what kind of superpowers are you talking about? Like, do you survive the winter?
Great question.
So is that the only superpower you get, surviving winters? Because I've survived many winters without these berries.
No,
These are the people that are banned from my funeral. Don't let Bertha in. She tried to hook up with my husband. Shame on her. My mailman can't come either. He's the worst ex I ever had. And I know he's going to try to go to my funeral. His sister can't come either. I'm going to haunt them all.
The greatness of Ty Cobb was something that had to be seen, and to see him was to remember him forever. George Sisler.
On April 27, 1961, Tyrus Raymond Cobb threw out the first ball at the opening home game of the brand new Los Angeles Angels. It was his last visit to a ballpark. He was 74 years old and dying of cancer. Drinking, gambling, quarreling with waiters and taxi drivers and sales clerks. He stayed on the road as long as he could, carrying with him everywhere a Luger and a paper bag filled with $1 million in securities, and each day swallowing a quart of bourbon mixed with milk to dull the pain. He died on July 17th, 1961. His lifetime batting average was .367, the highest in history.
Well, we need some insurance, Braves country. 6-4 is your score. That was actually the score I had on the pregame prediction. It just doesn't feel like it's going to be enough. Red Sox keep inching their way towards the Braves. Braves at one point led this one 5-0. That was way back in the top of the 3rd. Boston immediately made it a 5-2 game in the bottom of the 3rd. Braves grabbed a run in the 4th, and the Red Sox just grabbed 2 in the previous frame. First pitch on the way to Eli White from Garrett Whitlock. Is up top for a strike. It's 0-1. Righty-righty matchup. Whitlock with a 4.43 ERA in 22 innings. The 0-1. Swing. Fouls it away. It's 0-2. Oh-2 count. Eli 3 for 3 on the day. The pitch. Sinker misses high, 1-2. And as shaky as Iglesias has been recently, I'm feeling like we need 8 runs tonight. The 1-2. Swing, chops it foul. Do it again. If you're just joining us, Grant Holmes went 6 innings, gave up 2 earned. Walked 4 and allowed 3 hits, but he did strike out 5. Bummer gave up 2 earned in a third of an inning. The 1-2's fouled out. We'll do it again. Really ought to be able to put that 1 run on Verdugo for the dopey throw home. But that's not how the way they work those rules. Boston, on the other hand, this is their 4th pitcher. Giolito went 4, gave up 6. And since then, the Red Sox bullpen has shut the Braves out. The 1-2 in the dirt, 2-2. Braves have had plenty of opportunities, but runners in scoring position in these middle innings, they've just come up snake eyes. Bernardino win an inning. No earned runs. Birdie scuttled 4 hits as the 2-2 lifted to right. F9 in your scorecard. Fly ball into right field. 1 down. Birdie went 2 innings, struck out just 1, scattered 4 hits and a walk, but did not give up a single run. It's crazy. Minnesota now on a 12-game winning streak, and the Cardinals have won 12 of 13 games. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, the Rockies have lost 37 of 44. First pitch on the way to Nick Allen is up top for a strike. It's 0-1. Just off the edge. Might have been a borderline at best. The 0-1. Right there for a strike, 0-2. I'll be okay with the wide zone these last 2 innings if it gets us out of this game. Braves 6 defensive outs from winning a road series here in Boston. The 0-2. Try to get him to chase that sweeper off the edge. 1-2. 1-2 count. Righty. Whitlock is 11th of the outing. 97 on the outer edge. 2-2. Narvaez wanted the call on that. That was a bad, and I mean a terrible attempt at a frame. The 2-2. Swing, lifts it. Lazy fly ball to center. F8 in your scorecard. 2 down. For those of y'all who are just listening on radio that can't see it, ball was a little bit off the plate, and he snatched it and zipped it back into the zone. And it's so obvious. And he looked back like, what, you're not going to call that a strike? Man, you were... It's pretty comical. Two outs. Verdugo takes the first pitch inside for a ball. It's 1-0. He's 1 for 4 on the night. It'd be nice for him to make up for that boneheaded defensive play and swat one for his first home run of the year. We're still waiting on that. 1-0. Down and away. 1-1. Verdugo with that base hit earlier. Batting .248 on the year. The 2-0 count. Swing. Slaps it back foul. 2-1. Two-one count. The pitch from Whitlock in the dirt. 3-1. People keep asking about where Verdugo's going to hit when Ronnie comes back. If he's in left field, I would think he's going to be towards the bottom. About where they have Eli right now, like right around number 8, the 3-8, 3-1. Inside ball 4, and he'll head on down to first. So he works his way aboard. Maybe Riley can knock him home. Because just the way they set the lineup, I just have my doubts that they would put him above Ozzie Albies. And that's about the only one you can make the argument for that he should be above. First pitch on the way to Riley is a slider on the outer edge for a strike. It's 0-1. You could, in theory, versus righties, have him bat second and drop everyone down a slot when Acuna comes back to lead off. The 0-1, swing and a miss, changeup off the plate. 0-2. But I don't think they're going to do that. I don't think they're excited to get a guy with no power to get the extra bat, whereas they have Riley and Olsen and Ozuna. The 0-2 goes in the dirt, 1-2. It'll be interesting for sure to see what they do. I would say Stuart Fairchild's probably the odd man out and gets sent, but it wouldn't shock me if it's Arcia. The 1-2 in the dirt, 2-2. Biggest question is, do they value Arcia's ability to come off the bench and play the infield, or do they just want to leave that to Eli and risk just having one? The 2-2, swing, lifts it into center field, drifting back on the track, making the running catch is Rafaela, and that'll end the inning. Braves go down once again quietly. We go to the bottom of the 8th, clinging to a 2-run lead, and Montero is coming out of the pen. Uh-oh, Raggy.
So I was today years old when I found out that when you're smiling, you cannot move your tongue. It cuts off a nerve when you smile. So when you smile, like your tongue is like paralyzed. Look at your dumb ass. You doing that right? Stupid ass.
Hey, Braves country, I'm Mac McGee. Join us for Pitch by Pitch, Play by Play, the classic call of Braves country baseball. We're bringing you Atlanta Braves baseball all year long. Jump into our pregame show, Braves Country Today, just before first pitch. Stick around for the postgame show, Braves Country Tonight, where we will open up the phone lines and react to your calls or your comments all year long. That's Braves Country Radio, pitch by pitch, play by play, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
And so my girl got mad at me because last night I went to a single mom fundraiser.
No, you went to a strip club.
Listen, baby, I'm supporting these single moms $1 at a time.
Fight!
Right! Hey out! Shake your head! Your eyeballs are stuck! Well, it was a ball. It was that far from the plate.
Little lady, will you let me umpire this game? You've been on my back all night.
Mickey, you saw that pitch. It was a ball, wasn't it?
It looked like it. You're out of the game, Mandel.
What? Roger, how'd that pitch look to you?
It could have missed the corner. You're out, Maris.
Yogi!
It's a perfect strike. The ump was right. I don't like sarcasm, Barra. You're out of the game, too.
You can't do that!
Lady.
Where's the manager?
I think he's hiding.
Bottom of the 8th we go. Leading by 2. Rafael Montero, who's been pretty good, is coming out of the pen. Righty-righty matchup to start it off. Trevor Story, the batter. First pitch on the way. Fastball. Up top, it hit the zone, not going to get the call. It's 1-0. That was right in the middle of the zone. 99% of that ball was inside the strike zone. The 1-0. 95, that one misses high, 2-0. 2-0 count, Story 1 for 2. Walk and a single. Tying run stands on deck. The 2-0. Swing, lifts it. High into right center field, going back on the track, making the catch at the wall. Michael Harris II. Instead of the earth is covered by water, the rest by the Hawk. Wow.
What they know about
Stop that.
God bless you, Mike. Keep your game tight.
Never know. You know what I'm saying? I got a little razzle-dazzle.
Trevor Story could not believe it. First pitch on the way to the left-handed bat of Toro. It's high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. Great job by Michael to navigate out there. Of course, he's not familiar with that outfield, and it's such strange corners as the 1-0 smacks the edge 1-1. He made the catch for those of y'all listening on radio right as it jets out where the bullpen is. Raldis Chapman, the left-hander, is warming up in the pen. 1-1, did he go around? They check down the third base line. Third base umpire Quinn Walcott says that he did. It's 1-2. So he's going to come on to face the Ice House and Drake. They may pinch hit Murphy. Chapman is a handful for a left-handed batter. The 1-2. Swing, rips it down the first base line. That is a fair ball. It's in the corner. That's going to be extra bases. Eli White quickly jumps on it, fires it into the infield, and it's a one-out double for the Boston Red Sox. So Abraham Toro, batting just .167 coming in this game, swats it down the right field corner, and they've got trouble brewing here in the 8th. Narvaez will come to the plate. Rafaela on deck. I would think Lee would be warming up. First pitch on the way. Four-seam fastball out of the zone. It's 1-0. After these next two batters, if he's not able to get out of it, you've got two lefties, the top of the order due up. The 1-0 swing, rips it down the the third base line. Foul. 1-1. One count. Montero comes set. Looks back, the runner at second, brings it. Swing, rips it into the outfield. Here comes the throw from Verdugo. They'll go station to station on that one. They got runners on the corners, one out. Montero has built himself quite the mess. The go-ahead run is coming to home plate here in the bottom of the 8th. That fastball got way too much of the plate. Narvaez was able to swat it into left. That ball was hit hard to Verdugo that time, so not much of a chance to send the runner. They're going to pinch run, put Hamilton on for the catcher Narvaez, as he'll be trying to get into position to steal. I don't know what's going on in the Braves dugout, but Snicker looks confused as all get out. Runners at the corners, one out. First pitch on the way, swing, rips it back foul. It's 0-1. Pierce Johnson is warming up in the bullpen. That's an interesting. Maybe Lee's not available today. We have used him quite a bit. Man, the way that the runner at first just got up after they threw over there. Olsen ought to think about doing the hidden ball trick. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Runner goes. Here comes the throw down to second. And he is just behind. It's going to be another stolen base on the Braves. You've got runners at second and third with just one out. The bat hit Baldwin in the shoulder on the follow-through. Surprised we didn't get a call from home plate umpire. That's usually called obstruction. But they did not call it, so here we go. Second and third. One out. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses high. It's 1-2. If you can get a strikeout or a pop out, it'd be huge. Whether or not they would let him face Duran, that's a different story. They may be bringing, he'd still be a right-hander, but he's got that nasty curve, goes in on lefties. The 1-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. They checked down the line. He definitely went around, 2 down. Big strikeout by Montero. Pitch in the dirt and just couldn't hold off of it. But now you got the 2 lefties coming up. A base hit would tie the game. And it looks like Pierce Johnson is coming out to try to get the last out here in the 8th. Don't go anywhere. This ain't football. You can't run out the clock. They got to throw the ball over the plate. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
To left center. Can Andrew catch up with it? A diving catch ends the game!
Hit to deep right center field. Andrew Jones. Oh, good night. That's why that man's a Gold Glover. I mean, that saved 3 runs.
Where Singles Would Go to Die by D.M. McGee, 2024. He'd lean forth an inch. Closer and closer, we all came to see 25. Our pitchers were fearless, on the hill with no worries, backed by the greatest center fielder alive. Into the gap, ha, that's a laugh. Jones was faster than light. Andrew would dart more like an art, the crowd oohing and awing with sighs. Bombs from the plate, speed on the base, a swing and a smile and big fly. But we came to gaze and were always amazed where Singles Would Go to Die. Where Singles Would Go to Die by D.M. McGee, 2024.
Eat your heart out, Willie Mays.
Exactly. That's a tougher play than Willie Mays made.
Darn tootin'.
Welcome back. Pierce Johnson set to face Duran, leadoff hitter for the Red Sox. First pitch on the way is a curveball up top, outer edge. It's 0-1. Righty-lefty matchup. The tying run stand at second and third. 2 outs. Braves took a 6-2 lead in the 4th and have not scored since. The 0-1 swing. That ball's ripped into right field. That should tie the game. Here comes the throw from Eli, and that will tie the game at 6-6. So the Braves have choked away a 6-run lead. We're in the bottom of the 8th, and the game is tied. Offense. Talked about this earlier when we had that lead. The Braves could not rely on their pitching in this park. This park is a popcorn stand. So, go-ahead run stands at first. Bottom of the 8th. Rafael Devers, the batter. They're going to throw it over to first. Man, that was close. Pierce almost got him caught with his hand in the cookie jar. 6-6 your score. Pretty sure he got back in. They're showing the replay, but it was really close. Duran at first. First pitch, high and inside. It's 1-0. 1-0. So the win opportunity goes by the boards for Grant Holmes, who pitched a pretty good ball game tonight. The 1-0 runner goes. Pitch out wide. Here comes the throw. They got him. They absolutely got him. I don't know if he got a bad jump or what, but they got him by a mile. We don't do that often. We'll be back in a flash. Braves, Red Sox, knotted up, heading to the 9th inning here in Braves country.
Hey, y'all, if you're looking for a wife, go check Tinder, man. You wouldn't believe it. In fact, my neighbor's wife was on there. My boss's wife was on there. Hell, my preacher's wife was on there. 20 minutes later, I even found my wife on there. That's the place to look for a wife, y'all.
If y'all see anybody over the age of 30 out past 9 p.m., just know that they 100% took a nap earlier that day.
We're going inside them. We're going outside them. Inside them and outside them. And we're not going to pass. We're going to get them on a run. We're going to go, 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 go.
Join the country club today. You'll have access to badges, one-of-a-kind emojis to display your Braves pride throughout the ball game. Help support Braves Country Radio. Join the country club today.
Baseball history, May 7th, 2003. A man in violation of his parole was arrested at Cincinnati's Great American Ballpark after the man's parole officer saw the wanted man kissing his girlfriend on the stadium's live kiss cam.
Don't be open-minded. Make the same mistakes your father made. Be a man.
Hey, can I tell you one thing? That's 3 holding penalties on one football team in a quarter and a half. That ain't funny.
Somebody just offered me $1,000 for pictures of my feet. And I was like, do you want wallets or like an 8x10, black and white? What do you need?
So what do you want to do now?
Want to get drunk?
Yeah. There's something very American about being a poor loser. Refusing to shake the other fellow's hand. He says he's a scoundrel. He always was a scoundrel, and he's even more than a scoundrel now that he's beat me. And there's something likable about that in people. It's bad sportsmanship, though.
Aldis Chapman's going to come into the game. So we're basically, at this point, we're facing their closer. Here in the top of the 9th inning, which a lot of teams do that to set up possible walk-off in the bottom of the 9th. Game is tied 6-6. If you walked away and thought it was all put up, Braves gave up 2 in the 3rd. As the first pitch on the way is high and inside to Matt Olson. It's 1-0. 2 in the 7th, 2 in the 8th. 2 runs given up by Bummer, 2 runs given up by Montero. The 1-0. 98 on the outer edge, 1-1. And 2 by Grant Holmes, but over 6 innings. 1-1 count. Swing and a miss. 99 right up in his kitchen. 1-2. The 1-2. Swing. Fouls it back. 100-mile-an-hour sinker. We'll do it again. One-two count. Brings it. Caught looking, strike 3. Splitter on the outer edge. Looked like it might have been a touch off the plate, but you got to swing the bat with 2 strikes. That's all there is to it. 1 away. One down, and Marcelo Ozuna comes to the plate. First pitch. Slider at the knees. It's 0-1. If you're wondering about the Boston offense and thinking that the Braves bullpen just imploded, this is the number 6 ranked offense in all of Major League Baseball. The 0-1. Outside wide. Drifts. 1-1. If the Braves can push this game, hang with them. They have more bullets left in that pen than what the Red Sox do. 1-1, 100. Hits the top of the zone, 1-2. 1-2 count. Standing on deck, as I expected, is Sean Murphy to face the left-handed Chapman. The 1-2. Outside wide. Tried to hit that same sinker at the top of the zone. This time it drifted way off the plate. 2-2. Boston is also top 10 in home runs. The 2-2. Swing, fouls it back. Do it again. And that shouldn't be a surprise considering the stadium that they play in. Two count. Down and in. Good take. Try to get him to chase that slider. That was a tough pitch to take, and he took it full count. Ozuna, who could definitely change this game with one swing, now stands in, ready on a full count. Chapman, the payoff pitch. In the dirt, ball 4, and he'll head on down to first. We got the go-ahead run. Heading to first, we'll see if they pinch run for Marcel. They may want to leave him in with it being a tie game and the possibility. He's looking down there at first. At the dugout as he steps on first. See if they're going to pinch run for him, and they are. So Braves going for it now. They don't want any extra inning nonsense. It'll be Luke Williams, the pinch runner. A little surprised it's not. Well, I guess they're not wanting to put Stuart Fairchild, who's a little bit of a better base runner, but in case you get the lead, you put him in the outfield. They're going to fire it over to first. A bad throw, but good play over there by Toro. Keeps it from going away. He had to smother that. That almost went haywire. Love to see him throw one into the dugout. Runner at first. Williams leaning the pitch. Inside, 1-0. Sean Murphy is first at bat of the game. Standing on deck is Ozzie Albies. In the hole is Harris. So you do have another right-hander after this. The 1-0. Inside, 2-0. That is a big deal because Aroldis Chapman, big left-hander. He is very difficult for lefties to pick up, especially if you don't see him very often. Obviously, the Braves do not. 2-0 count. Williams leans back towards first. The pitch on the way, 98-mile-an-hour fastball. Rattles it back to the screen. It's 2-1. Braves 6, Red Sox 6. Top of the ninth. The 2-1. Up top, slider. Knee buckler, 2-2. The 2-2 count. That was really one of those pitches you wish Murph had swung on. That's one he could handle. Here's the pitch. Swing. Rattles it foul. 98. 2-2. He got a floating slider about belt high, and he hammers that off the green monster. We take the lead. He's got that perfect swing to get to the green monster. Does he get the pitch that he wants? Got a 2-2 count. Williams leaning towards second. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That sinker once again just dives off the plate. It's going 99 miles an hour. Try to catch up with that is a nightmare. 2 away. It starts in on the inner part of the plate and then zips out. And as you're chasing it, it's moving away from your bat. If he hits his spot, that's almost impossible to hit for a right-hander. Ozzie Albies the batter. First pitch. Takes a hack at a slider in the dirt near his ankles. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Lefty righty. Chapman comes set. Pitch on the way to Ozzie. Swing. Lifts it into left field. That's down for a base hit. So we get another single. There are 2 outs, and you do have the left-hander Michael Harris coming to the plate. Maybe he can groove one. So 2 on, 2 out. First pitch to Michael is 100 miles an hour off the plate. It's 1-0. Lefty-lefty matchup. One thing about that, the sinker will go into Michael's bat, not away from it. The 1-0. Outside wide 2-0. 2-0 count. Chapman, they set up on the outside. Right there at the knees, slider, 2-1. That was a get-me-over slider, and he's fortunate that Michael didn't pound at that one. 2-1 count. Pitch on the way, swing, swats it down the third base line, foul. The 2-2 count. Lefty, lefty, 2 on, 2 out. Deuces wild here in the 9th. The 2-2. Swing, caught looking, strike 3. Kind of a check swing. Either way, he was out. Just frozen. We'll be back in a flash. The Red Sox try to walk it off when we return.
If you ladies don't start letting that car warm up when you start it, I'm going to call you daddy. I'm going to call your uncle. I'm going to call somebody. Y'all just start that thing and off to the races.
I swear, some of y'all need to stop thinking that you're all that. For f***'s sake, you ain't even all there.
Could you imagine how hot I'd be if I ate right and took care of my body? I mean, I ain't gonna do it, but could you imagine?
I don't know who needs to hear this, but they're mean to you because you're pretty.
No, I'm pretty sure it's because I'm a bitch.
Guess what? We played basketball in gym today.
I love basketball.
It was 5-on-5.
Did you guys win?
Well, it was tied with like 10 seconds left of the game.
Nice.
And I was over there, I was like, Kevin, because Kevin had the ball. I was like, throw me the ball, I'm open. And he didn't see me, so I ran to the top. I was like, I'm open, Kevin. And then everybody on my team was like, Kevin, Derek's open. And he threw it to me, and I looked at the time, and it's running down, and it's like 3, 2. And I just closed my eyes, and I just throw the ball up.
And
it went over the backboard.
Hey, I'm not going to make it in today. Sorry about that.
Why not? We really need you here today.
Hey, listen here. I woke up feeling great. And at my age, that doesn't happen too often. So I sure as hell ain't going to waste the day there.
On September 20th, 1914, more than 100,000 people filled Cleveland's Brookside Stadium to see the Telling Strollers beat the Hannah Cleaners 8-3.
The ones I remember are the Greenville, Mississippi Buckshots, who were semi-pro, I guess they were called in those days. And they had jobs around town, but the main thing they did was play baseball. And they were a tobacco-chewing crowd, and men were fearful that their daughters might go out with one of them and that kind of thing. Well, they hung around the pool all a lot when they weren't working or playing baseball. And they were all looking forward to a career.
Welcome back. Locked up in a tight one. As the Braves 6, Red Sox 6. Bottom 9 we go. And the Braves will go back to Pierce Johnson. And Rafael Devers leads us off. He can end this in a swing. First pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Curveball around the ankles. It's 0-1. Braves are saving eyeglasses for possible extra innings if it gets there. Tied at 6 of the road team. You rarely go to your closer unless you just need him to get work, and that's not been the case with eyeglasses. The 0-1. Curveball outside wide, 1-1. And they may not even go to him unless they get the lead. You can see them going to Scott Blewett. We haven't seen him in a few days, and he's been really good in extra innings. The 1-1. Johnson brings it. Outside, high and wide. 2-1. 2-1 count. Pitch on the way. Swing. That ball's swatted. Is that going to stay? She gone. Walk-off home run, and the Boston Red Sox come roaring back down 5-0. 6-1. And Rafael Devers talked about this man at the beginning of the series. We're going to have to be careful. And he walks it off. The Red Sox beat the Braves 7-6. Braves will fall back to 500. We go back at it tomorrow. 135 first pitch. That was just a hanging curveball that he got up. Eli got over there, but that ball was about 3 feet over his head. And the Red Sox, an enormous win for them as they get within a game of 500. Remember, they were on a 4-game losing streak. We'll go back to the drawing board tomorrow. We'll have much of our back of our bullpen available for tomorrow's game. And going into an off day, they'll put all hands on deck to try to win that one. The Braves lose a tough one. Nothing else you can say, but that was very disappointing. 7-6 your final. Don't really see the need for a post-game show tonight. When it's all said and done, bullpen fell apart. And this is a bandbox, and just like when you play in Colorado, 1 run, 2 runs, 5 runs, 6 runs, it's never enough. You have to keep scoring, and the Braves blew, as much as you may want to blame it all on the bullpen, we had plenty of opportunities to put this game out of reach, and the offense, just in bad habits, once again, did not get the job done. Tough loss. We'll see you tomorrow, Braves country. We'll get him next time. 7-6 your final. Rough way to lose it. Casey at the Bat by Ernest Lawrence Thayer. The outlook wasn't brilliant for the Mudville Nine that day. The score stood 4-2, but with 1 inning more to play. And when Cooney died at first and Barrows did the same, a pall-like silence fell upon the patrons of the game. A straggling few got up to go in deep despair. The rest clung to the hope which springs eternal in the human breast. They thought, if only Casey could but get a whack at that, we'd put up even money now with Casey at the bat. But Flynn preceded Casey, as did Jimmy Blake, and the former was a hoodoo while the latter was a cake. So upon that stricken multitude grim, melancholy sat, for there seemed but little chance of Casey getting to the bat. But Flynn let drive a single, to the wonderment of all, and Blake, the much despised, tore the cover off the ball. And when the dust had lifted and men saw what had occurred, there was Jimmy safe at second and Flynn a hugging third. Then from 5,000 throats and more. Rose a lusty yell. It rumbled through the valley. It rattled in the dell. It pounded on the mountain and recoiled upon the flat. For Casey, mighty Casey, was advancing to the bat. There was ease in Casey's manner as he stepped into his place. There was pride in Casey's bearing, and a smile lit Casey's face. And when responding to the cheers, he lightly doffed his hat. No stranger in the crowd could doubt 'twas Casey at the bat. 10,000 eyes were on him as he rubbed his hands with dirt. 5,000 tongues applauded when he wiped them on his shirt. Then while the writhing pitcher ground the ball into his hip, defiance flashed in Casey's eye, a sneer cooled Casey's lip. And now the leather-covered sphere came hurtling through the air, and Casey stood a-watching it in a haughty grandeur there. Closed by the sturdy batsman, the ball unheeded sped. That ain't my style, said Casey. Strike one, the umpire said. From the benches black with people, there went up a muffled roar, like the beating of a storm waves on a stern and distant shore. Kill him! Kill the umpire! Shouted someone on the stand, and it's likely they'd have killed him had not Casey raised his hand. With a smile of Christian charity, great Casey's visage shone. He stilled the rising tumult. He bade the game go on. He signaled to the pitcher, and once more the dun sphere flew. But Casey ignored it, and the umpire said, "Strike two!" "Fraud!" cried the maddened thousands, and echoed answered, "Fraud!" But one scornful look from Casey, and the audience was awed. They saw his face grow stern and cold. They saw his muscles strain. And they knew that Casey wouldn't let that ball go by again. The sneer is from Casey's lip. His teeth are clenched in hate. He pounds with cruel violence his bat upon the plate. And now the pitcher holds the ball. And now he lets it go. And now the air is shattered by the force of Casey's blow. Oh, somewhere in the favored land, the sun is shining bright. The band is playing somewhere, and somewhere hearts are light. And somewhere men are laughing, and somewhere children shout. But there is no joy in Mudville. Mighty Casey has struck out. Casey at the Bat, Ernest Lawrence Thayer, published June 3rd, 1888. San Francisco Examiner.